How's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Big Six. Hope everyone is all good and all well. Sorry, quickly just checking in. Eunice will be 10 minutes or so. Yes, I said Eunice. Matisse is off today. He was busy. He couldn't fulfill the show today, and he said that from a long time ago. So we booked in Eunice. So big up Eunice, who's coming in about 10 minutes to talk all things Chelsea. And to be honest, it's a bit refreshing because he's getting onto Matisse every single week about the same fucking thing. It has been getting a bit boring, so it'll be interesting to get onto someone new about the same fucking thing and see how that one unfolds. But yeah, we're back. The 5 of the regular 6. Hit the like button, and if I'm not mistaken, let me just quickly double check. Let me just quickly before I embarrass myself. We've hit 50k.
Oh
man, we've hit 50k. Oh, right, big up everyone.
Big.
Big up everyone.
Double spots, please. Double spots.
Yeah.
Come on.
Love for the love. That is crazy. We didn't think we was gonna do it at one point. I know you lot was with us along this journey.
Yeah, man.
Few weeks trying to get to 50k by the 1st of January. At one point, it was looking sticky, but you made it happen, people. So big up to every single one of you that shared it, liked it, subscribed, and done everything that needs to be done to get it out there. Trending. We've been trending twice or three or 4 times this season. That's because of you guys and girls. So big up, 50k. Road to 100k 2024. Big up SAEED. He's just hit 80k as well. Road to 100k 2024. Come on.
Appreciate it, man. Big up, bro.
Come on, G.
The effort is there, bro. Work rate.
On that note, you might as well go subscribe to the individual channels, people. They're all in the description below. We've hit 50k. Go show some love to the individual channels too. And still share, like, subscribe to all of that stuff. Let's get to 1,000 likes nice and early. 2.6k here, 2 minutes in. And what? We're going to get straight into it? There's nothing. How you lot been? All good?
Yeah, well, I don't know about me, but I think everyone else has been good, haven't they?
Have you ever done 5 trophies in 1 year?
Why is
he ever done 5 trophies in 1 year?
Why is he showing that like he's got 5 fingers like everyone else has got 5 fingers? Why are you special?
What does it say on your fingers? I've got 5 trophies. What about you? You tried to do it over 2 seasons. You tried to put 2 seasons of trophies together in one picture and be like, yeah, we did it all. No, we did it all in 1 year.
It's all
champions of the world.
It all tallies up, man.
The world, man.
Yeah, talk your talk, man. Talk your talk.
We are the champions.
Yeah, actually, we start on that because as much as like the Club World Cup go under the radar, you did win it. You have what's that 5 you said now?
Yep.
What's the feeling like in comparison to everything else this year?
Don't care. In all honesty, I don't care that much about the Club World Cup. I'm not gonna come on here and gas up the Club World Cup. We beat Aurora Red Diamonds, I think they're called, and then we beat Fluminense, who tried to kick us off the park. Neither of those teams, with all due respect to them, compared to the quality of the teams you face in the Champions League or the teams you face week to week in the Premier League. So it doesn't hit the same way winning the major trophies do. GRIZZ will know that. So you'll probably know that, and Matisse would too. But it's more the fact that 115. Heard it all before, mate. I don't care. I don't care. It's more the fact that 115. I can now say, look, give me 115 if you want. Send me down to League 2 if you want. I've completed football. I have completed football in 1 year. It's done. You know what I'm saying? It's game over. We've done it all. I've seen it all. We've seen it all. We've won the lot. And not the one.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
That's
not song, man.
That is crazy. That is crazy.
That's nasty.
Your own talk.
Yeah, go on.
That is crazy. I respect it though. I can't lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, it's just the fact that we completed football. And I suppose in the context of this season, obviously, because we've had a sticky month to 6 weeks to go, leave England for a week or so, win another trophy. It's only going to boost morale. It's only going to give a feel-good factor for us. You know, we've got a tough couple of games. We've got Everton on Wednesday. So the lads will be feeling good. They've lifted silverware. They've completed the set. Pep Guardiola said he's completed the set now. So, no, man, it feels good. It feels good.
It does feel good. You know that when you've won all them trophies. But it's funny, innit? Someone just mentioned in the chat, the 2 trophies neither of us have won is the Europa. We might win that before you, so don't go anyway.
You work great, bro. You get to Dublin in May, I'll give you hospitality. I'll lay a red carpet for you, bro.
Oh yeah, it's in Ireland, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying. Sick, you know? Bro, I'm camping it up, bro. If that happens, I'm telling you, man. I need to get to Ireland, man. That'd be mad. Mad link up with you as well for the Europa
100%,
League
bro.
final. For the Europa
100%,
League
man.
final.
That's crazy.
And to be honest, I mean, when you look around, whilst you was out there winning the Club World Cup, perfect segue. Aston Villa drew 1-1. If anyone does think Aston Villa was going to be the end of the season, they drew 1-1. And then Liverpool, Arsenal have also drawn, which leaves you 6 points off Arsenal, a game in hand. That game in hand tends to be 3 points with Man City. So really, everything's kind of worked out rosy. That's the perfect set of results.
I was like, you saw my prediction. I predicted Arsenal to win in Anfield, and I genuinely believed they'd win in Anfield. So I was expecting to be in a worse position coming back from Saudi than we are. So as you say, it's kind of worked out well for us. Now, listen, we have to focus on ourselves. Do you know what I'm saying? We obviously have issues of our own that we've got to resolve. Not playing well, conceding too many goals, but it's as good as it can be. Club World Champions, both of you drop points, Villa drop points. We now have a fully fit squad training for the first time since August. Haaland's back in training. De Bruyne's back in full training. Doku's back in full training. So it's worked out as well as it can for us. So maybe the Sharks are starting to wake up. You know what I'm saying? They were asleep for a bit there after we won the treble. Maybe we're waking up again and getting a bit of an appetite on now. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, is it the Christmas dinner I can smell, or is it a league trophy? But I'm getting a bit of an appetite.
Well, De Bruyne's back in full training, as in
yeah. He's back in training, man. With the team.
Right. But no chance for Everton.
Crazy,
right?
man.
No, he won't play against Everton. No.
Yeah. That's too early. GRIZZ.
Yeah, they've come back in a nice position. It's true though. Just before GRIZZ comes in, Man City must be laughing. They won the Club World Cup, and then they come back and Liverpool have only gained 2 points on them. So City are laughing, man.
Yeah, I think so as well. When I look at the table, I think it all depends on how they come back against Everton, because if they come back and draw to Everton away or lose the game, then it's the Club World Cup becomes a distant memory all of a sudden. Because all that league form becomes current memory, and if they come back and smash Everton, go 3 points behind, then it's a different feeling for GRIZZ knows all about as well over the years. But GRIZZ, I mean, 1-1. We both predicted a narrow 2-1 win either side. It wasn't to be, even though there was chances for both sides to make it 2-1. I think a point was a fair result come the end of it, but I also think you should have scored that. Well, it goes without saying that 5-1. But all in all, good point at Anfield.
Yeah, I think you know what I mean. I don't know if these are going to weigh in with their mad analysis of the game, but it was one of those games where I didn't regret waking up in the morning and just deciding last second I want to go. I thought it was a fantastic game. It was a proper game of football where you could tell both teams are capable of going far this season. Both teams' squads are capable of winning the league. Of course, alongside Man City, who, I said if Arsenal or Liverpool win, then it gets real serious for either. They didn't, sorry. And so therefore Man City are still favourites in my opinion. And I said that clearly. But I thought it was a fantastic game of football. It was very much unlike the Man City Arsenal one, I thought. That was a bit more cagey. Yeah. This one was like, it was almost like basically it was 20 minutes for you guys at the start and 20 minutes at the end, and we had the middle part. I thought that's how good it was. I thought it was fantastic. Advert.
Yeah, I agree with that.
The two managers were bigging each other's teams up at the end. So I don't know how fans feel about that. I don't know how the opposition want to feel about that. Because there was respect there suddenly. Like Klopp was saying, yo, that was some seriously high intense game. And you felt that as well at the game. Like it was lots of jeopardy in every move, in every phase of play. And I agree with you. I think overall a draw was deserved. And I'm not taking that, but with the way our team and injury situation was, I have to accept it. We had 4 or 5 crucial players missing. And one of the main guys that I wanted on that pitch was Diogo Jota. For that very reason that he's a cold-blooded killer. He doesn't muck about. We mucked about too much with a final pass, with a final shot. But yeah, man, shout out both set of centre-backs. I know tribalism and fans want to just isolate Saliba's the best, Konate is the best, Gabriel's sick, everyone. All 4 of them were immense. Like, I'm talking probably some of the best performances from centre-backs out there. And you can add Joe Gomez to that as well when he came on. and on top of that, Declan Rice and Saeed's favorite player, Endo. If you get 2 DMs that played out their skin and 4 centre backs, you're going to get a game.
I've been saying. Do I get credit for that? Do I get credit for that though?
As much as I get for McSauce. So relax. So yeah,
no, don't do that. Endo is actually a good footballer. No, don't do that. Endo is a footballer. McTominay isn't.
No,
Endo's a footballer, man.
No, he's not. But McTominay and Endo, yeah, we both get credit, same credit. But thoroughly enjoyable game.
So Bosman, any credit for that one as well?
Man City turn out the winners, obviously from the weekend, because they would have loved that situation. 2 draws for Liverpool while they've been away. So yeah, man. All in all, the race keeps going. There's nothing's gained or won either way. Very much a better point for you lot. But as I said, a lot of people thought Arsenal going to rock up and win because they're in a better situation overall. And I'm happy from my side that, again, we showed that we can compete. And, obviously you guys might have different opinions still, but we showed we can compete. We raised that level in that 20 minutes, 20, 30 minutes after half time. And we should have scored 100%. If there's any defender in world football that you want a chance to fall, it's Trent Alexander-Arnold. Obviously, at the game, I thought, what? Why did he put elevation on it? I was screwing. I was right behind it. But looking back, apparently it took a slight bobble, which made it elevate. But that was a side foot finish, man. And it would have been either goal. 1 goal, either team would have won. Whoever scored would have won. It was 2-1 game. But yeah, I was impressed with Arsenal. I told you, man. I was impressed with Arsenal. I thought Arsenal of the old would have crumbled in that opening 20 minutes, like you did the previous season, I think, or was it the season before? The season before, sorry. You would have crumbled when Tavares, remember, came out second half. We ran you over. Last season as well, we started second half and you conceded 2 goals, but this time you held out. You held out, and it's credit to Arsenal for holding out, and a bit of lack of credit to Liverpool, discredit to Liverpool, not putting our situations away. We should have put. We had enough in a high game where there's 2 quality teams. You're not going to get more than 20 minutes of domination because the other team's going to come back in it. It's 2 quality coaches, 2 quality teams. So in that 20 minutes of domination, I think, like the Joe Gomez goal was in. I was right behind it. I thought, Joe Gomez.
Bad deflection. Yeah.
And then, we didn't put them away. But at the end, I agree with you. I think 1-1 was a fair result at the end of it. And neither team can really moan, apart from we're the only team with 3 PGMO apologies this season already, and it's not Christmas. But technically, it's not Christmas. I know it's Christmas Eve, but we're the only team with 3 apologies from PGMO. Make of that what you will.
I think I do agree with you. I think it was a good game of football. I definitely agree with you in terms of how the game sort of like played out. I felt Arsenal were the stronger side in the first half.
Yeah,
you guys really, really put it on them from an intensity perspective for the, I would say, 15 to 20 minutes in the second half. And then I actually think your substitutions, Klopp's substitutions, just killed your momentum completely, right? Because I felt like, and credit to Arsenal for being able to sort of like recover, because for that sort of 15 to 20 minute spell, there were moments where Liverpool were like, you could see there were counterattacks, like 3v2s, 3v1s. What was the Trent one? Like 4v, what was it? Like
4v1.
5v2, wasn't it?
5v2.
5. Okay.
Yeah, so like Arsenal were getting super, like I think for that 20 minute spot, Arsenal were getting really sloppy on the ball, and Liverpool's press was on point. Endo in the midfield. Sabozza, I know he didn't play well, but off the ball, I think Liverpool's press was really good.
Was dead, man.
I came back. See, this is what I'm saying. Hold on. Sorry, Togs. This is where I need to come in. I came back to casuals like SAEED talking about Sabozza having a
bro, he was in the
on the ball, he was awful. When you're at the game, you see
that's what you bought him for, man. You bought him on the ball.
You see his defensive stats and numbers against a team like Arsenal.
Oh my god!
Like the Hungarian Højbjerg, yes.
He was
Hungarian Højbjerg.
He was a Hungarian. He goes Hungarian Højbjerg. He was
the hungry Højbjerg is what he was, man.
Respectfully, GRIZZ.
Man's gassing up defensive performances.
He was poor. He was brought into this team to impact your game at at the
Thank
top
you,
end.
Toby.
How do you know
Top end
that?
of the pitch.
How do you know that?
What do you mean? How do you know that? You spent 70 million on this guy to,
How do you know that?
be the
We've
bridge
changed.
between
No,
your attack.
no.
you did
Was
not-
Ginny?
come on.
Was Ginny that player?
Grizz,
Was Ginny
Grizz,
effective?
Grizz.
Let me explain my point to you. His role has changed since Trent's role has changed.
Grizz.
Now Liverpool fans will tell you it's no point repeating my name. I know you're talking to me. Stop repeating my name.
No,
So
because
what I'm trying to say to you, his role, do you remember? Yeah, I know, but listen, I told you,
Which
lot,
one
are you not going
is
to
it?
take that
It's true.
seriously? Are you not going to take that seriously on Christmas Eve?
Yes, I am.
Cigarette.
Because you won't take
Okay,
it.
carry on.
Christmas
Oh,
Eve.
carry on, taking that point seriously. I'm trying to explain tactical football insight to you, but you want to just have jokes. I'm trying to explain to you, he's taken over the Henderson role. Was Henderson impactful in our final third and meant to score goals? The fact that he can score goals, bangers from outside the box, is a bonus. He's a pressing machine. And he's awful on the ball in the last 5
The
weeks,
Hungarian
4 weeks.
Henderson now. Hungarian Hendo.
Hungarian Hendo now. We switch it up a little bit.
Okay, it's now official then.
Okay.
Hungarian Hendo. No, I'm
That's
going
what
to
we're
officially do that.
That's a bit of an upgrade from the Hungarian Steven Gerrard, Grizz, I can't lie.
But what I'm trying to say is people need to appreciate, just like the same accusations of Gini used to be taking place and Henderson, that, oh, what's he doing? Off the ball and defensive wise, is a machine. On the ball, atrocious. I get it. Wrong decision making, bad choices. I get all of that. I'm agreeing with
That's
that.
fair. That's fair.
But you got to see that side of it, and you don't, unfortunately.
I look at pressing
Grizz,
wise, he's unbelievable. His energy is sorry, Toby. His energy and pressing is unbelievable. Nobody's denying that. But come on, man. We thought we were getting more than that for 70 million. Sorry, go on, Toby.
No, I was going to say, because
it's not 70 million.
Chris is saying that Chris is saying we're not recognizing that. I literally am recognizing that. I said he had a bad game yesterday, but in the spell where you guys were pressing Arsenal and capitalizing on their errors,
He was winning the ball again and again and again.
That's literally what I said. I said him,
My bad.
him, Endo, Jones, and Trent, etc., etc. You guys were more tenacious. You upped it. So I felt that in that moment, that was the chance for Liverpool to actually go ahead and take the lead, because I felt like when Klopp made those changes after that big chance that Trent missed, Arsenal regained control. Like you said, I felt like moving Salah from the right, where he was causing Zinchenko all sorts of problems, and you move him into the center, he's going to be easy pickings for Saliba and Gabriel. And it's weird. Mo Salah, he scored a fantastic goal, but I don't actually think he had a good game. He made a lot of poor decisions on the ball. He really did, and I feel like he's stifled.
Toby, though, that's been familiar all season, though. It's been familiar all season. Bro, like guys. I'm not making an agenda. Salah scores goals, but when you watch him, he don't play that well. He don't play that well, man.
You know what? Though?
Maybe to previous season.
I don't think Salah was the only person that you can single out in terms of.
I'm not singling out Salah.
Both defenses yesterday, both defenses, with the exception of Zinchenko, I have to say Zinchenko was getting cooked differently. Yeah. Both defenses were absolutely excellent. But I think both attacks were subpar. I think Martinelli and what's his face, Luis Diaz. I think you tweeted it, Toby, and you're spot on. We're competing for who's going to have a stinkier game. Different level of stinky, both of them. I thought both attacks didn't look as potent, and both defenses raised their game. So it made for a low scoring, but one of those kind of games that was going to be hinged on a moment. And to be fair to Salah, he got his moment to save Liverpool a point.
I think you're spot on. That's exactly what I said in that opening statement, where I said both set of centre-backs were, like, if you could choose one of them as man of the match, not many would argue, apart from Arsenal Online. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but the point being, so if 4 centre-backs are so good and the 2 DMs, it's going to be a KG fair. And I agree. Both attacks, our attack was so dysfunctional, bad choices, wrong touches. We had chances to create chances. But even saying that, we still had 1 or 2 openings where we should have capitalized.
You did.
I agree, though. Both attacks.
The main point I'm making is I didn't get Jurgen Klopp's subs. They were meant to come on and sort of like boost what was on the pitch, and I felt like it took away what you were doing on the pitch. And
so Gakpo, Gakpo was finished. Gakpo was like, physically, Gakpo was finished, so he had to take him off. Like, you tired out, because you got to remember he hasn't played much football in recent weeks, so. It was such a high-intensity game. Just like he had to change his forwards as well. He brought on Trossard and Ketia as well. So we had to change it up. You're right. The move that he normally makes, where he put Salah and Nunes through the middle, he didn't do this time. He slightly adjusted it and put Nunes wide left instead of Diaz. Yeah, and Diaz got injured, but he was having a stinker anyway. So I agree with you. That's what I mean. This is where I miss Jota, where Jota doesn't matter if he's having a shit game. These guys are the type that Jota's another Salah in terms of he can be having an ordinary game. He don't care. When he sees a goal, he will score. Yeah. So that's what we missed. Gakpo and Diaz are confidence players. They have to have a good game, and they weren't.
No, you're right, because that's the difference with if you had Firmino and Mane, the openings you created in the match, you would have buried a few of those. And I look at Arsenal the same in general this season in terms of our attack hasn't clicked yet. You know, I mean, Martinelli. Again, another poor game. I mean, he started well. You know, he had a few moments on the ball. He took on a few players. He took it from defense to attack himself. Then he started just fumbling, and it didn't get any better. Kanate had him back pocket for the majority, so he wasn't great. Jesus, synonymous really. Saka, but this bodes well because we're top of the league. We beat City. We've taken a point at Anfield. So who said it? So Alex said it. I think that 4 points against your title rivals is what you need in order to go and win. So we're on course in that sense. So I don't mind too much.
I thought it was the most solid. Even though you played amazing football last season in the opening 30 minutes, it was end to end. There was openings. We sliced you open many a time last season. This time it was much more structured and controlled in Arsenal. You can see that they've been. You can see, and Eunice, I said it before the game. They're not going to be gung ho. They're going to try play. They're going to try to control the atmosphere, control the whole game. And I thought your two centre backs and Rice in front, and even I know some of you been giving Odegaard stick.
But he was good. Odegaard
was good.
Odegaard relaxed the ball a lot yesterday, and that's what you needed in that mad atmosphere.
Rice was amazing though. You know, by the way, just before someone else goes, remember who he was telling you about your top 6 record, and you kind of dismissed it and that, but only Aston Villa you've beaten. You know,
well, it depends what you mean by top 6. And I'm going to ask you again. What do you mean by top 6?
Big 6.
Let's say traditional. The big 6.
Big 6.
Yeah, exactly.
Big 6. Okay, let's say the big 6.
So basically, our big 6 are now, unfortunately, like bottom half of the tables, like Chelsea and Man United. So we do struggle against bottom half of the tables, and so the record is fair. We struggle against bottom half teams, and Chelsea and Man United are bottom half teams. So that's your answer to that. Next.
No, but let's answer the question without being political.
I've given you facts. Where are Chelsea? 12th?
10th.
This guy, man.
Okay,
listen.
So we struggle.
Your
struggle against.
You struggle against Man United. You struggle against Man United. You struggle against. That's 2 back-to-back home games. You struggle. Are you not worried by that? That's okay. I'm gonna put it up to you.
No. I'm so happy that we've struggled and we're 1 point off the top of Christmas and ahead of Man City.
Well,
I'm very happy.
That's the point.
Wait, hold on. Why are you forcing?
Why
are you forcing me to be upset like you are about your team? Why are you forcing it on me? You're asking me. Hold on. Well, why are you trying to say? You're asking my opinion. Are you worried? Are you like shit about your team? Talk shit on your team. I don't want to talk shit on my team.
It's not about being.
You are. You're saying. Are you? I'm not. We're not clicked.
No, I've asked you.
And I've answered you. We haven't clicked. We're playing poor. We've got injuries.
Relax. Calma. I'm just asking
so calm. Question. I'm just very frustrated.
Is that not a bit worried?
I'm
saying they're not a bit worried.
I'm frustrated. I'm very frustrated. Your line of questioning, I'm very frustrated, Your Honor.
Okay, then. My line of questioning, by the way, people.
It's almost like it's prejudice.
I can't get a question.
You are, but it's prejudice. Like I feel like as though you're cornering me into admitting I'm guilty. I'm not guilty. Your Honor, I'm giving you mitigating circumstances, Your Honor. I'm pleading with you.
Yo, listen. Yeah, I'm a keeper.
But to get his questioning, he's trying to corner me into saying, he's dead. He's dead.
No, I didn't call him. Guys, did I call him to say anything? Guys, did I call him to say anything?
Yeah, you are.
A simple question. Are you worried about the fact that
I want a new judge.
Record?
I want a new judge.
You guys let him get away with this, man. I'm not.
I asked him last week and he wasn't.
Yeah, I know. I asked him last week exactly.
What am I getting away with?
Yeah,
exactly.
What am I
getting away
with?
What am I getting away with?
Forget about. Let's put the big 6 record.
Yeah, that's childish chat.
Let's put the big 6 record to the side. Yeah, I think everyone knows here that Liverpool aren't going to win this league title. I think I've been quite consistent in my belief that you're not at the level required to win this title, but that's not the conversation I want to have now. The conversation I want to have now is with your attack. So you said that Gakpo and Nunes, they're confidence players, they're struggling. Mo Salah goes off on African Nations Cup in a matter of
What a
days.
good question.
So
I want him as the judge.
So Mo Salah goes on African Nations Cup in a matter of days. Diaz, he's been playing terribly bad for a couple of weeks now and potentially injured. Gakpo, 1 goal in how long? And that was against West Ham. He's not scoring in the league. Nunes, we know, no goal in like his last 12 or 13 appearances. Are you concerned about what Liverpool are going to do in your offensive areas when Mo Salah leaves to represent Egypt?
This now we can talk. This is a conversation. Look at the conversation Saeed tried to get me wrangled into. Yes, I'm worried. Mohamed Salah, if Egypt progress to the finals, and they usually do progress quite deep, he's going to miss potentially 5-6 Premier League games. The cup games, I'm not overly bothered.
It'll be less. It'll be less. It'll be about 3 if he reaches the final. 4 maybe.
If it's the final, I read
one
5.
of them is Arsenal, Liverpool at the Emirates.
Arsenal away. I was telling Turkish. Yeah. So I'm very worried, Tobes. Very concerned because we need Jota to come back to fitness, but he's been out and he's going to take time. Diaz
when is he scheduled to be back, Jota?
This week he's going to start full team training. But Burnley's going to come too soon. Probably you're probably looking at Newcastle in the next week or so. But Mohamed Salah is Mohamed Salah, bro, and any team in world football would miss Mohamed Salah, but especially a team like Liverpool, who, like I've told you guys before, the rest of the attackers are fairly new. Like they've all been there 2 seasons or less, apart from Jota, who's coming back from fitness. So yes, that's what I'm concerned about. I'm very much worried about that. We're not functioning, and without our talisman, I don't know. It's going to be very, very tricky because the Arsenal away fixture is mad without Mohamed Salah right now, if you ask me. And they're probably saying, yo, is that real? And it's real. So yeah, I am worried about that situation. Again, with your opening statement about you don't think Liverpool are going to win the league, you already know I've said that as well. I don't think we're going to win the league. I had us finishing 2nd, and we're still 2nd at Christmas. So I'm not going to shit on my team like others want me to. I'm not going to shit on my players because other teams are in the mud and they're used to shitting on their team and used to talking crap about their team. I'm not that guy. If you want that kind of Liverpool fan, there's hundreds and hundreds of others. So sack me off and get a Liverpool fan that's just going to moan every weekend. I'm good with my team because I know where we're going. And I said we're a team in progress. We're not that team. If we were that team, we would have buried Arsenal in that second half. The Mane, Firmino, Salah, Fabinho, that team would have won in that second half. We're not that team yet. We're progressing. And next year, we'll be better. This year, we're on track. Inconsistent. Few issues in the squad, few players, and a couple of injuries added to it. We're not going to win the league. I admit that. But yes, I'm worried about.
Are you still going to be close to challenges?
Yes, sir. What new judge? Right?
I don't know what you're saying. Wait, I don't get it.
New judge. Wait, hold on. New judge. Yeah. All right. New judge. Yes, sir. We're going to close.
I think Chris, your position. You're right. You're right. I think Liverpool have done better than I expected this season, but I don't think the points match what I've seen from Liverpool this season. And I know you might come back at me with this, but I don't think the points match what I've seen from Liverpool this season. Whereas I think the points do match what I've seen from Arsenal this season. And from what I've seen from Manchester City this season, I have belief that come game week 38, unfortunately, it will be those two in the top.
I get that. See, I get that. But the thing is, where do you quantify? And Eunice is a fresh member today, and I want to get Eunice member. Yeah. Now we're 1 defeat in 28 league games going from last season. So at what point do you start saying, okay, you know what? There's something growing there, and that 1 defeat was, we already know which defeat that was in the Premier League. Now I get it. We don't look the finished article. I get it. We're probably the 3rd favourites out of the 3 that are going for the title, but I do find the disrespect by saying you're not looking all that. Every week, you're not looking all that. You're not looking at, like, that's 28 games. That's like a Premier League season, 10 games off a whole Premier League season. We've only got 1 defeat to Spurs with 9 men. I think there needs to be some more respect put on Liverpool, but that's just me. You can disrespect them. I don't care.
I don't think it's disrespect though, because I think we're watching and analysing some of these games, right? And I think Liverpool have been given high praise. I think I don't think they have.
From who?
I think they've been given high praise. I think Hugh before a ball was kicked was having you guys as title contenders. He was having you guys as title contenders.
No, he said no. He didn't say title contenders. He said they're going to be our closest contenders. Our closest.
So then, what does that mean? Then does that not mean title? If he believes they're going to win the league, and he believes that you're
no, he thinks we're going to win it. He thinks they were going to win it comfy. That's why he meant that we're going to be close.
Yeah, as we've seen though, I've gone back on my opinions a little bit. Circumstances changed. You know,
yeah. You joined the SAEED flip-flop gang.
Klopp has like you come on here, and we have given Liverpool credit, right? But ultimately,
exactly, people have done it. He just doesn't listen.
You just have to go with what we're watching. Like I think,
do you know what? Do you know what I think you can say in favor of Liverpool? I personally think, considering the circumstances and the whole change in midfield and losing Mane, they're probably overachieving in comparison to where they should be at. To be exactly where they are right now, as GRIZZ says, Christmas Day tomorrow, they're overachieving. And the record that you do have right now speaks for itself. But the point Toby makes is absolutely applicable. When we're here analysing game by game and performance by performance, it's okay to say, I don't think this is sustainable to get to week 38 and still be in the top 2. I think that's just kind of where you're coming from, Toby.
I think the way to weigh that, it's not literally that, because factually and statistically it is sustainable, because I've just told you the statistics behind it. Now, what your eye sees and developing of play and patterns of play, that's aesthetic. That's to the eye. It doesn't look good to you guys, but we're a very difficult team to beat, which one defeat in 28 suggests. Like, how can you? How can you deny that?
You're saying aesthetics.
But so then, what do you look at? You look at sustainability.
I'm looking at the quality. I'm looking at the quality of player that you have in your team, and from what I'm very happy if we continue this. You're not as good as Arsenal, and you're not as good as Man City. What is the crime in saying that?
There's no crime.
What is the crime in saying that?
Your Honor, I'm defending my crime, not your crime. I agree. There's no crime in
saying that. No, but you just tried to make it out as if I'm talking aesthetics.
No, I didn't. I said, what do you base it on? It's not sustainable. You said.
SAEED,
I'm saying numbers. You use sustainability. You use numbers, and numbers suggest. Numbers suggest it's sustainable.
Let me welcome Eunice back to the show. Not his first time.
Thank you. Appreciate it, guys.
Let me bring Eunice straight into the conversation. Eunice, I haven't heard your take on it either, but I mean, I didn't get it at the beginning of the season. I'm sure it's on a video somewhere. But as we sit here now, title race, let's say top 3. You had to predict the top 3. How do you predict it looking come game week 38?
In no particular order, but I reckon City, Arsenal, Liverpool, somewhere like those. Again, no particular order, because I do think it will come to match day 38 and Man City will pick themselves back up. I think they're going through a blip at the moment, and that blip has been seen in the past. And eventually, once they do get clicking, they will go on a form. They will go on a run of games where they're just picking up wins, and that's what's going to catch them up. It's happened before. They've done it before. They'll do it again. With Arsenal, they're definitely in the mix. Can they be consistent over 38 games? There's question marks. Similar question marks to what we've seen with Liverpool. Liverpool, you know what? I actually think that Liverpool could actually end up doing well this season. And that's because they started off this season quite shaky, right? And if you remember the way that it was going on at the very beginning, it was looking at one point like, well, Liverpool are a little bit in the mud here. This could be a case of maybe they're trying to get a Europa League spot. And with time, yes, they've still got elements missing, but with time, they're picking up consistency and they're starting to blend slowly but surely. I think Klopp is going to be the over-decided factor here. That's going to, I think, get them over a line. Will they win the title? No, but I think they'll be in that race. I think if anyone could fall off, and remember this, if anyone could fall off, I think Arsenal will have a little blip during the season where they might drop a bit and then they're going to have to pick themselves up. I think that's what's going to happen. So I can't really suggest who's going to win it because I think it'll be tight, but I think between those 3 teams, and Liverpool, I think, will be involved.
I think Arsenal's attack needs to start clicking though. I think if the same way I'm looking at Liverpool, if I had to look at Arsenal as an area where I'm like, even though you are managing to score some goals, I do think eventually your attack needs to pick up. Like eventually you might have games like Liverpool towards the end of the season where a draw might not be enough. You need someone to close out the game of football for Arsenal. And I think you're going to need more goals from Martinelli. You're going to need more goals from Jesus. Do you get what I'm saying? You're going to need more goals from your bench, right? Odegaard is clicking into gear now. I think he'll probably add in some more goals. I think Saka will probably continue to do what he's been doing, but your attack needs to start bagging too.
100%. 100%. That's why the talk of January is, do we need to bring the striker in now?
But I want to know from your side though, Turkish, as well. Like, how did you think the game? Because you know, what I mean, we haven't heard an Arsenal.
No, but you see how you describe the first 20
These are dragging Liverpool into it. Like Arsenal were equally as bad or good. Like either way, whatever way you look at it, either equally good or equally bad.
Nobody even said Liverpool bad, by the way. Nobody. Nobody. Praised how Liverpool played.
You didn't. You didn't.
Nobody said Liverpool played bad.
I got you clipped already.
How? Because I said Dominic Szoboszlai was awful.
Don't worry, I got you clipped. It's in my memory bank. Anyway, Turkish, sorry, Turkish.
Nigeria.
Shush, man. It's not your section now. Shush. Turkish.
All right, cool. I'll shut up.
First 20 minutes, like you said, first 20 minutes, Arsenal were the better side. Arsenal probably should have created more chances. I mean, I think both teams didn't really make the other keeper work too much. How many good saves were in that game? So first 20 minutes, it was Arsenal. It was a bit weird though, because we didn't really retain possession well. It wasn't a controlled game in terms of possession. I think Liverpool had the majority of possession, if I'm not mistaken. They did in chunks of the game anyway. But first 20 minutes, Arsenal, Liverpool started growing back into it. I think it was an even first half, but TOBS mentioned the start of the second half where Liverpool started waves of pressure. We couldn't really get out of our own half. We were struggling. There was 2 moments Martinelli should have really done better with a potential counter. Actually, Saka was at fault for one of them because it was a loose pass, let's say, or an underhit pass. But other than that, Liverpool, the game looked like it was only going one way. But I'm also glad that TOBS said that we worked our way back into it, because not many sides worked their way back into a game against Liverpool at Anfield in that moment in the game. 55, 60 minutes in, usually a Liverpool side will continue that pressure until until pipes burst and the goals start coming. This time around, Arsenal slowly but surely got back into the game. It's unfortunate because I think as much as Martinelli didn't have a good game, I think when we brought Trossard on, a bit of our threat was taken away in a sense where Liverpool were pressing us well, winning the ball back well. But anytime we did get out, we had Martinelli there. It's just that he fucked it up, more often than not in possession. When Trossard come on, it was a bit different. We got control back, but again, we wasn't really creating much chances. Saka, first half, that's the one I really look at. Honestly, I look at it and think, just go down. Alisson's made contact. You're being too nice.
I said the same thing. I said, if he goes down there, that's a penalty.
100%, without a doubt, that's a penalty. Even it could potentially have been a red card as well on top of that. I don't know the rules of that jeopardy thing anymore, because I have seen reds and penalties given. Sometimes I haven't, and that jeopardy thing is used as the excuse. But yeah, I mean, Arsenal, I'm quite confident that we will be there come May. Will we get over the line? That's another story. I think if we beat Liverpool, that would have been a huge. It would have been a huge gap, and my mind keeps on going to that Everton Man City, because I'm interested. I'm very interested to see, do City come back and really put it on Everton and get 3 points, or do City come back and it goes to be because that for me is massive. That for me will kind of that game alone will alter my confidence. It'll either go up or it'll go down a little without even Arsenal having to kick the ball.
That's true.
But we've
one last point. Brandon,
Yeah.
sorry. One last point to everyone. Was that a penalty?
Yes, it was.
I don't think it was. Not for me.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. It
Okay,
was
look
a
at
penalty.
Huey.
Not for me.
Yeah.
Eunice.
Yeah.
It was a penalty.
Eunice.
I'd say yeah.
Okay, only one brother on the panel, and probably 1% of the footballing opinion thinks it wasn't, and he tells me he hasn't gone.
I don't think it was.
Look at him. Explain yourself,
No,
sir.
I don't think it was. I think it was a slip. I think he slipped, and obviously his balance wasn't correct. So that's why I don't believe it was a penalty.
I think you're right, but I just think they've been given. I think he did slip, but I think they've
been given. That's fair. It's been given, but I think his balance was off. He slipped, and I think for me there was no, for me, I don't know, intention in that. So yeah,
his balance was off.
It was a penalty.
His balance was off, but he didn't fall down. He didn't put his hand on the ground.
His body weight went down there though. His body weight went on that side.
Yeah. I hear that. Two things can be true. He did slip. I agree. I think it's one of those. It's like a grey area, but you can clearly see his hand make contact with the ball and push it away.
You know the brother. You know Saliba. You know Saliba admitted it. Saliba said, "Yeah, of course it was a penalty."
I think if you're going to go down the road of whether he's on balance or off balance, you're going down a slippery slope, man, because that's going to be used as an argument.
That's why they didn't give it.
Exactly.
That's why they didn't give it. That's referee. He was looking at that.
For me, it's a penalty, but I think you're going to start seeing that being used now a lot as we go forward. Oh, he's off balance because it's such a subjective thing to point out. Like Gary Neville was, did you listen to the commentary? He was so quick to go, nope, no penalty. He was off balance. I was like, nah, I don't know about that, man.
It's hard to dictate because that's not in like, the rule. Doesn't say, oh yeah, but if he slipped or if this had like if it's given an advantage in a way that it shouldn't have given an advantage.
But when people complaining about the pitch, apparently it was too wet or something like that. What was people saying about the pitch?
Yeah,
everyone was slipping. That was definitely
everyone was slipping. 100%. So I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say? So
GRIZZ is just chewing away.
What do you want me to say?
I don't know, people are complaining.
Yeah, people are complaining the pitch is wet only for Arsenal. Like we play on that bumper club pitch every week and every week. We've got what?
Let me ask you a question then.
Wait, hold on. What?
Where'd you get off saying bumper club?
Where did I get it from?
No, I said, where do you get off saying bumper club?
Where do you get off saying that?
Why'd you do this one live?
You got
fucking
no, but Eunice.
It's from East London, man.
Eunice.
I grew up in Hackney and he's asking me like, you know what I mean?
I know. I was pulling your leg, man. No worry, man. Come on. But
Homer and Massive in the building. If there's Homer and people come, you already know, man. We grew up playing on Hackney Marshes. What are you saying, man? Are you asking me about Bumper Clock? Well, you think I'm Skull?
No, come on now, man.
If you know, you know. If you know, you know.
Yeah, that's a good one still. That's a good one.
You think I'm Skull? Come on.
Eunice, I mean, on this penalty subject, the Sassy one today. Usually that's given as a handball as well because it's a shot on goal and then the hand is a bit out and today it wasn't given. So I don't know if the rules have changed again. Maybe on Monday.
But this is the thing, it's so inconsistent, and I don't know if that's down to the rule, if that's down to the refs, or if that's down to VAR, because there's clowns running the asylum all over the place. I thought that was a pen earlier on, yeah. I'll be honest, was that Ugochukwu, or was it Disasi? I think it was Ugochukwu, but it's arms out.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Yeah.
And I'm like, crap, it's a penalty. And then corner ball's taken, I'm just, all right, I'll take it, but for me, that would have been a pen. So
I bet you would take it.
100, but I'll take anything right now.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that later.
Yeah, we will.
Let's correlate that later, man.
Let's get
super chat.
For a bit, yeah.
Don't go anywhere.
Big up Eunice for turning up because even though I asked him a few weeks ago, Chelsea was still in the mud a few weeks ago, and he still said yes. So credit to
man.
him.
No, real one, man.
Let me get.
Yeah, this was gonna happen whether we liked it or not. If we had won 5-0, I'd have still been here. So just for the record.
Yeah.
So,
let me get the.
I got to protect my tag team partner, Matisse.
Bro.
Yeah, he's had it rough recently. Still, I say recently. It's been quite a while now. Brandon says, "Not gonna lie, as an Arsenal fan, Martinelli is looking like a shell of himself. Is it time to drop? Who we got next? We got West Ham next. No, I wouldn't say drop him. But he does need to.
That's not been great anyway.
He does need to do
that.
that.
Not been great.
Sometimes give credit to the opposition, man. Like I thought Konate like bullied him. Sometimes give credit. Martinelli had, all attackers were poor. Does that mean just keep dropping them and rotating them? He's a kid still.
No, but there's been a pattern though with Martinelli. That's what he's saying. There's been a pattern with Martinelli's form.
But it's not as bad as some other patterns, like other strikers and forwards. In other clubs I've got. The guy's still a threat. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. The guy's still a threat.
Have you seen this guy? He always thinks about Liverpool, man. Nobody cares about Liverpool. We're just talking about Arsenal. So let's relax.
I'm talking about your club.
Mickey,
oh my God, he's killing me.
We're gonna come there as well. Don't go anywhere.
Oh yeah, exactly.
100%.
We'll be there.
100%. Mickey says, "Big up on the 50k subs, well deserved. Thank you. That 5-on-1 rush on my boy Rice was intense. Jon Snow vibes. Just like him, didn't end up stopping the attack, but it's the courage that counts." Sean P says, "Merry Christmas, boys, but let's cook. Big man top right needs an emergency meeting. Imagine your team announcing a takeover at Christmas. Big up for the super chat, Sean. And you know what? I should have saved that one for the
Big up,
United
Sean.
segment, but we're still going to be there anyway. S says the Szoboszlai slander is so dry. We're playing him in the Hendo role. That is not what he is known for. Come on, lads. Signworks says Anfield Road more like Slippery Road. What's up with your groundsman, Grizz? And a heads up here that where's it gone? I don't know where that last super chat went. But someone said that PGMOL apology was fake.
It was fake. I got done, man. But you guys already know I've been asleep all day, so I just woke up and I see that, and I got done. People get done.
Wow.
Fake accounts are a humbler. Fake
So
accounts are a
it's only
humbler.
2 apologies, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's still not
Two
Christmas.
apologies.
I got that bit right.
So Buzz-lie on this one now. Mad.
Fake accounts are a humbler, man.
Sean says Salah is the GOAT. You guys make me laugh. He is everything, and you don't have him. It makes rivals cry. Just Hugh says Arsenal against the top 5 is good so far. 2 wins, 3 draws. I think we might need to go in January transfer window to push for the title. So far, so good. Gunner in the CDN. Fergie said to win in a close race, you need to take minimum 4 points off the teams you are racing. Great game. Lots of missed chances on both sides. Brandon says, I can't believe Zinchenko is preferred over Tierney. This dude needs to focus on ball. He gave a head start and still got beat by Salah.
Can we talk about him, please, before we move on? Because
Yes, I'm surprised we hadn't, so I don't really mind.
No, because obviously we spoke on Szoboszlai and stuff.
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind. It's what it is.
This huddle merchant is actually disgraceful defensively.
Is he still doing the huddles?
He stinks.
He takes part now.
He stinks. He absolutely stinks, bro. And you know what? Do you know? I think I mentioned it we mentioned it in the preview as well, like that he was gonna struggle. But the one thing that I don't get with him this season is it's on the ball that you're meant to be like really good. Why do you keep giving away the ball in your own half?
It's crazy.
He's done that so many times this season. Why is that now like a part of your game? And this is the guy. This is the guy that was making all the combined 11s last season. To be fair to him, he had a fantastic season last year. And I do think he is a good footballer technically, but as a left back, defensively, the guy stinks. Stinks.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Stinks, bro.
His mentality as well, man. He's not built for the high pressure situations in Zinchenko. He's just not. He's got a big enough portfolio and enough evidence to suggest that. Like I said that when he went from City to Arsenal, I was like, yeah, he's good technically and he can be good for you, but it's when the pressure kicks in and the kitchen gets hot, as they say. Like I think I referenced before our game against PSG, and many City fans will say that was the day we kind of knew. Yeah, not so sure about this guy. It was during the COVID, there's no fans there. It all kicked off, and Zinchenko just lost his head completely. Went and got himself booked, arguing with everybody. Kevin De Bruyne had to tell him to shut up, stop talking, Alex, stop talking, and he wouldn't stop talking, man. He's a
But you know, Arsenal fans referenced, we've got winners from City and Zinny and Jesus.
Winning mentality,
right?
That's what they
winning
say.
mentalities, and we've got that winning mentality from them. Maybe Pep was ahead of the curve and gave them to the guys that when it comes down to it, don't finish their dinner in Gabriel Jesus or Zinny, who can't handle the pressure, and now he's just part of the huddling group instead of leading the huddle group. You know what I mean? So maybe Pep was ahead of the curve as opposed to Arsenal fans saying, yo, we took 2 of the match winners, like we're on it now, we got match winners, mentality monsters, and whatnot they were saying.
You got to ask, if Pep is willing to let those guys go, then what's the catch?
That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying.
I think they definitely hold for the Arsenal team, if I'm honest. Like they're not rubbish, but yeah, what's the catch? So
listen, when you see Fernandinho having to grab Zinchenko by the collar mid-game and tell him to calm the fuck down.
Serious.
I've seen enough moments like that in an Arsenal show already that he's too emotional. And listen, on and off the pitch, I've seen and heard moments of him where he's just he's not in the right.
Bro, that wild story in that proposing and
if I speak,
yeah, man,
let me not speak.
It's big, we're in trouble.
But listen, with this one, I lean back on. I honestly think Arteta noticed this. I don't think Arteta liked the way the season ended with Zinchenko. I think Timber really came in to be.
Timber's gonna come back.
The starting left
gonna
back.
lock him out anyway.
Tomiyasu injured as well. He probably would have started this game. Tomiyasu, we've seen it done before. So really, I'm like, all right, cool.
Let's just get by. Yeah.
If we're talking second, third choice left back rotation option, you know, against poorer teams, you play him, you overload the midfield. I get that. He's still an asset in that he still played a part in Man City's title winning sides, but you can't rely on him, and that's what we are currently doing because of the situation we're in.
Would you prefer Kieran Tierney as just pure curiosity? Do you think he'd be a better option? Because to be fair to him, he does have a good head on his shoulders. Kieran Tierney, he's able to handle it.
I like Tierney a lot, yeah, but like that's the old school football fan in me that like Tierney a lot because he's like a traditional fullback, and really and truly, I think injuries started taking a toll because even when he was playing defensively, he was getting had up a few times. I think Jared Bowen was one of the ones last season that had him a few times. So listen, Tierney defensively is much better than Zinchenko for sure. But for what Arteta wants to do, Tierney always looked like the odd one out anytime he played, if that made sense. So. And you know what? His problem was injuries, and lo and behold, he's got an ACL injury this season. So it's not like if we didn't make that decision. Yeah, I think it's an ACL. I think it's an ACL. I think I might be wrong, but he's out for a long time. That's what
Tierney I rated so much. Like at one stage, about 2 seasons ago, I wanted Tierney as like the potential successor to Robertson. That's how much I rated Tierney. But I think you're right with the injuries and everything. I think it's taking its toll on him. Yeah,
he's good for the same Robertson though, isn't he? He's the same. He's not as good as Robertson, but the same style of old school left back.
But you can have that balance, right? So if your other one's a baller, like a footballer, like you know, inverted type, then you need one marauding old school fullback. So Tierney was that man, but yeah,
MCL, not an ACL. I'm being told in the chat. Okay. So I don't know the difference in return dates or longevity out, but yeah, that was Tierney's problem. But yeah, Zinni's definitely a problem that hopefully, listen, Timber soon should be back in training apparently. So we'll see. Tommy too, actually. 7th of Jan, I'm hearing that he might be back. Let me get back to it. Let me scroll up quickly. What have I missed? Let me just get the Arsenal, Tottenham, and we touched in on City as well. Let me do them ones. On the subject, Lax says, to be fair, I'm not worried about Zinchenko going forward because he is third choice left back. Timber and Tommy start in front of him, and both are coming back soon. Listen, word for word, exactly what I just said, bro. And that super chat came in earlier as well. So big up. Roberto says, GRIZZ always brings up 115 whenever he talks on City. Bro can't stop justifying getting destroyed on the pitch each season. Hold it, GRIZZ. As for 247 days, FC fans, we know how the season ends.
Can I respond?
Yeah.
Check the tapes. If I mention 115, I'll double that super chat and give it back to you, you pussy.
You mentioned the charger every week without fail, brother. Like every week.
When did I mention it today?
It's like clockwork with you.
When did I mention it today?
Because we haven't played, so that's probably why we haven't played.
You have played. The funny thing is, I was about to mention it, but this one, this man went premature and made himself look like a dickhead. So get out of here.
He came in and he threw smoke at loads of people there, didn't he? He got us $10 worth.
He's got his $10 worth, man. Put emojis as well. Look at him.
You know what? Big up Roberto. He sent a super chat in before to me, and he said loads of things in one super chat, and I was like, "Yeah, man,
money's worth." Yeah,
Big up Roberto.
Get it in, man.
You wasted this one.
Yeah, get it in,
wasted
man.
this one.
Send another one. We thought it was the midfield, but attack has become a big issue. 1 in 24 for Diaz, Nunes, and Gakpo. Not good enough. Definitely a concern.
Stereos.
Ice cold to Turkish. Don't you think it's time to rotate Martinelli? Nelson is a talent but doesn't get minutes. It's vital. We need to buy a star winger and striker next summer to actually compete on all fronts or compete. You know, I always found it interesting with the Mudryk links. Listen, we can laugh about how it's turned out, but we was up for spending close to 100 mil in a January window on Mudryk, and Mudryk's position primarily is Martinelli's position. That's what kind of confused me the most, because I would have thought Martinelli long term, that's the plan. But bringing in a player at that value at that age, I don't know how Mikel feels about Martinelli. Is he a fan of him? Is he someone that he's moving centrally? I'm not too sure. But Nelson does deserve more minutes. Nelson's the closest to Martinelli in terms of, if you need an outlet over the top, if you're being pressured, you can't get out your half. Martinelli and Nelson are the two that can, really stretch a team and have those moments. So Nelson needs to play a bit more. I agree. But at the same time, we're top. So what do I know? Does he need to play a bit more? If we're top and he doesn't play another minute, I don't really give a shit. So at the same time, I like him, but things are going well. Shane also says Martinelli and Saka 7 goals total, 6 points worse off than last season, yet we are 7 points better with a competent midfield. Why are we the only ones questioned? City, more goals conceded and only 4 clean sheets. What do you mean questioned? In what sense? I don't know what you mean here, Shane.
I think everyone's being questioned, to be fair. Everyone's got their own flaws that people have spoke about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the point. No one's 100%. When you think about it and deep, no one's actually operating at peak level.
100%. It's true. It's true. No one's grabbed it by the scruff of the neck yet and taken that. I think if Arsenal beat Liverpool Anfield and go 4 points, that would have been one of the moments of the season where you
100%.
You might say they're favourites now.
And
Shane
vice
says,
versa. And vice versa. If we had capitalized on United last week and this week, maybe people viewed us differently as well. So it's mad. And now you're spot on about Wednesday. Is it Thursday you play, Hughie? Not Wednesday. It's Thursday, isn't it?
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
That's a mad game, you know, because Dyche. Oh, we're gonna get onto it. Sorry, but it's
we
true.
will get
It's exciting.
Serious game for them.
Exciting times, man.
It's exciting times for us. Yeah.
And Shane also says Klopp's subs changed the game for the worse, not Arsenal's play towards the end. Good game overall, but Arsenal aren't miles ahead of us. Big up RAK. I told you that Havertz was going to contribute more in the game, than Szoboszlai. You lot are probably thinking, how? He won the free kick leading to the goal. Did he not?
He did nothing. Literally didn't do anything in that game apart from get fouled.
Well, I guess that's her point.
I mean, okay, fair. If that's what doing more than Szoboszlai means, then fair enough, man. He was invisible yesterday. Literally invisible.
Let me get this one. And Andre says, IFAB rules say if a player is falling and a ball hits their supporting arm, it's not a penalty. Louis says, with the new contract for Osimhen, there's no excuse for not signing him this winter. He will cost the same in the summer. He's perfect for us. Obviously, we're hearing about 103 million release clause. Manny says Konate was the best centre-back on the pitch. This Saliba agenda is getting out of hand. So is this Rice, player of the season for passing sideways. Listen, Konate had a monster of a game for sure. And if he was given man of the match, I wouldn't argue against it. But I think he's the one that lost Gabriel for the only goal you conceded. Listen, he picked himself up and he brushed himself off. And like I said, he was one of the standouts. Locked up Martinelli for sure. He just needs to remain injury-free and consistent because he is a top defender. Ahmed says, Liverpool not beating Arsenal, City, Spurs, United and Chelsea this season. GRIZZ waffling as usual. Wake up. You're nowhere near City and Arsenal.
Well, we are, mate. We're ahead of City and we're 1 point behind. That constitutes close to City and Arsenal. Maybe you talk about geographically. We're still close to City and geographically as well. So, yeah.
This is actually quite a good point. This is quite a good point Michael makes because I forgot about this. Hugh says Zinchenko isn't set for high pressure situations, but when City were down 2-0 versus Villa last game of the season, he came on and made a difference. Respect, man, respect.
No, listen, there's no denying that Zinchenko's a very good footballer. You don't get to play in those situations for Pep at all if you're not. You don't get your move to Arsenal to play under Arteta if you're not. But look, when he got that great assist for that Rodri goal. I was there that day. I actually allegedly got on the pitch after, and I gave him a hug. He was the first player I got to go up to, so I was buzzing with him. But there's more evidence to suggest in the high pressure situations that he does falter or he does lose his head than there's evidence of him staying headstrong, if that makes sense. I mean, plenty of games last year when Arsenal were on top of the league and even early in the season, there were stages. Remember the Bournemouth game where who got the winning goal? Nketiah? Zinchenko was losing his rag in that game. So
Nelson.
Yeah, Reece Nelson, yeah.
Yeah, Nelson, yeah.
Ryan says, a point at Anfield, satisfied but not completely happy as I thought this was the season we should have taken all three. Zinchenko needs to be sold and we miss Tommy and Timber. Still top of the league. Come on, you Gunners. Sahel says, big up GRIZZ, local from East London, but how are you claiming Leighton, Walthamstow, Homerton and Luton at the same time?
Shall I explain? So Leighton and Walthamstow. So, you know, there's a road. Sahel, I'm talking to you because others won't know. Lee Bridge Road is a road that starts in Leighton. And then when you get to the bottom of Lee Bridge Road, it ends up in Homerton, Clapton, Homerton, them sides. Hackney Marshes is around the corner from Leighton. That's the local pitch. Everyone knows Hackney Marshes, right? Even you lot must have had Hackney Marshes. Yeah. So Homerton Hospital is my local hospital. That's where I mentioned Homerton as well. And now I moved to Luton. Like, what's, you know what I mean? And my businesses were in Walthamstow. So that's where.
Oh, this man, Pitbull, man, Mr. Worldwide, yeah? He's from everywhere.
This is what you call Mr. East London, yeah?
That's all I was going to say. That's what it is. It's just East London, man.
You speak on him as Mr. East London, yeah?
Leighton, Walthamstow, and add Chingford to that as well.
Bloody hell.
Ah, there you go. Add Chingford to it. There's 5 people. Let's see how much we come end of the season. Last one here, MCFC Solo. Champions again. What a year. Who knows what's to come. But this is a legendary era. Rivalry aside, appreciate the greatness. Listen, City's achievements, you know, they will be spoken about in some way, shape, or form forever. Predictions. We might as well do all 3 at once in terms of City. Let's start with the Everton Man City one, because that's kind of where we started with first. A reminder of the table, because the table has changed actually. A couple correct scores for Matisse, 1 correct score for myself. Saeed's got a correct score as well. So it's looking like. And GRIZZ, we've had a first time. You've actually broken a record, GRIZZ.
Oh, we don't need to know this one though.
It's a mad record, bro.
We don't need to know it.
What is it, man? What's the record?
0 points in a game week.
Dead week.
No effing way.
No
way.
Big Petter, man.
That's crazy, Riz.
Yeah, the most important part of the show. Look at you, look at you, look. Most important part of the show. Look at you.
Come on, man.
That's mad.
Come on. Do better.
Bruv, if that crossbar, if Trent's shot was 5 inches lower, I would have got the correct score and moved close to Hughie. So it's fine margins, long season.
So for the audio
Matisse is climbing up though, man. Matisse, I thought he was nowhere to be seen. Matisse is climbing up. I can't lie. So
he is.
Shout out to Matisse.
So TOBS is top, 79 points. I'm in second, 78. Saeed's in third on 77. Matisse in fourth, 73. Hugh's got 67 in fifth. And GRIZZ, to be honest, I think I added 2 points by mistake to GRIZZ. He should be on 59, but for now it says 61, so I'll confirm that.
Wait.
He's on 59.
He's on 59, isn't it? Yeah.
No. That says 61. Please
don't
do a Liverpool Spurs on us. The goal's been awarded.
I'm gonna go back to last week's show, see the table, and then make sure
the goal's been awarded. Communicate properly.
Check the audio, man. Check the audio.
I don't want a third PGMO statement before Christmas. Right, leave it. I'm on 61. We keep it moving.
I got the order, but I got a super chat. John says we need to remember Arsenal signed Zinni and Jesus to become a top 4 side. Timber is a step up to become challengers, and we are looking for a striker. Good points, and I hope it's the case. All right, cool. Everton Man City, TOBS.
This is tough, man. I'm gonna go with 2-1 Man City. Haaland is back, right, Hugh?
I don't think so.
What?
1-1.
Nah, I'll stick with the 2-1.
Yeah, I've gone 1-1. Saeed.
Yeah, I was gonna say with Toby 2-1 City, slender lead.
Matisse, I should have got his predictions. Well, I'll message him for his predictions, but Eunice, give me yours.
I'll go 2-1 City as well.
2-1 City. Skull, if you don't mind, just message Matisse and get his predictions from you, please, bro. I see you in the back there. 2-1 City as well. Hugh?
Yeah, big one that I didn't really mention there. I kept quiet. So I'm kind of helping me and GRIZZ out here. Is not sure if Rodri's available either. I don't actually know.
No, there was something that said he said it's okay. He said he's okay, didn't he?
We'll see. Well, I'm hoping. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping, but I don't know. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go 2-0. 2-0 Man City.
2-0. GRIZZ.
I'm gonna go 2-1 City.
2-1
Even if he does play, I'm not sure how fit he'll be. The knock was quite bad against Fluminense, but we'll see.
So that's 2-1 City. So we've got 2-1 prediction from Tobes, Grizz, SAEED, and Eunice. Hugh's gone 2-0. I've gone 1-1. I will get Matisse's. Hopefully, he can send it during the show and I can update you. If I don't, then go follow us on the socials, people, at the Big Six Show, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Twitch, all of that. And you can find that there. Next one up, Tobes, back to you. Arsenal, West Ham.
Arsenal, West Ham. This is at the Emirates. Yeah.
Yep.
Arsenal will win this game. I'm gonna go 3-1. Arsenal will win this game of football.
3-1.
2-1, sorry, 2-1. 2-1 Arsenal. 2-1.
2-1.
I can see West Ham sneaking at the joint.
I'm going 3-1. SAEED.
I'm going 3-0 Arsenal.
3-0, yeah?
3-0 Arsenal.
I'll get Matisse's. Eunice.
Yeah, 3-1 as well.
3-1.
Arsenal.
No. Hugh.
2-1 to the Arsenal.
2-1, yeah? 2-1.
Don't shake your head. Don't shake your head.
And Grizz.
Proper bullying you and stalking you and shit at the same time.
It's ridiculous, man.
It's mad.
The thing is, I half want to lose just so he doesn't pick up points. If I lose, that means I don't stay.
View it as a compliment,
around
man.
him,
It's
yeah.
like Arteta copying Pep. You're at the top, so I'm copying you.
He's messing with your head. He's messing with your head. 2-0
Honestly.
Arsenal, Turkish 2-0.
Because he knows when he's making a
Yeah.
prediction, he's predicting for both of us. Other than the Man City results, he's predicting for
I
both.
know you got him, Huey. I'm not gonna lie. This is mad.
It's F.
You're never going to move away from each other, man. That's mad. Yeah, that's great.
So to round off those predictions, me and Eunice have gone 3-1 Arsenal. Toby's gone 2-1 as Hugh. Saeed's gone 3-0. Grizz has gone 2-0. I'll update you with Matisse's once I get it. Next up, back to you, Tobes. Burnley, Liverpool.
I'm gonna go 2-0 Liverpool.
2-0. I'm going 3-0. SAEED.
Yeah, I'm going to go 3-0 Liverpool as well.
Yeah, we've got no attackers. Everyone's out of form, but he's predicting 3. See what I'm saying? But anyway,
Oh,
we
it's
move.
Burnley, bro.
It's okay. We move. Everyone sees you clearly. Everyone sees you through you.
Bro, it's Burnley. If you can't
I
beat
know.
Burnley, you're not title contenders.
I know. But
Eunice.
3-0.
2-0 Liverpool.
2-0 Liverpool. Hugh.
2-0 Liverpool.
2-0. And Grizz.
2-0 Liverpool.
Right. So Hugh, Grizz, Tobes, and Eunice have all gone 2-0 Liverpool. I've gone 3-0 along with SAEED. As I said, I'll get Matisse's in due time. Super chat from Nikita says, Merry Christmas to all you guys. It's nice to be champions of the world. Second half of the season is going to be a cracker. Ornstein said City have no senior signings planned, but if Phillips leaves, we must get a replacement.
Echeverry, mate. Keep your eyes on Claudio Echeverry. There's one for the future for you.
Siraj says, lads, idea for predictions. Whoever's top, no one can go with the same scoreline. Gives first place a small advantage. For listen, the Siraj, the reason this format has come in this season is not to give someone an advantage. That's the whole point of it. So I don't know if that works for people, but listen, come end of the season, if the rules need to be changed a little bit, like the PGMOL, we'll change them and suit it to our needs. But big up everyone sending in the super chats. I will get. Actually, let's get this one in from Carl. Carl, hope you're well. Merry Christmas to the Big Six. Thanks for your content this year. It's been an up and down year for myself, but you lot have kept me laughing and entertained throughout, even on Christmas Eve. Appreciated. Carl, love for the love as
Carl,
always.
man.
Big up, Carl.
Really appreciate that.
Carl. Big up,
Really
Carl. You know what?
appreciate that.
That kind of messages needs to be spread more. Like, we're here to just entertain you and have jokes. Like, when you come at us personally, of course we're going to block you and tell you to fuck off. Like, we're humans. So you're here to have a laugh and disagree and joke and banter. But if you're going to call people names and whatnot, you're just doing yourself a disservice and getting blocked from the channel. So people like that, they know it's entertainment. We're having a laugh. We're on Christmas Eve. Everyone's got family stuff to do, whatnot. But we're here for you guys, trying to entertain you guys, man. And then in some cases, like SAEED, give you insight.
There you go. Hit the like button, people. Love that sort of message from Carl. And you know what? A heads up. We're not only here Christmas Eve, we're going to be here Christmas
Yes, people,
Day.
we're here. We've done footy golf last year. You lot enjoyed it, so we thought we'll do something football related again this summer. We're going to find out who's the techiest in the big six. Obviously, you can see 5 of us here. We're going to do some passing challenges, shooting challenges, volleys, headers, etc. We're going to start off with a passing drill. Matisse is up first, similar to foot golf last year, so he's setting the standards. Matisse, how you feeling?
I'm good. Yeah, I don't want to overthink it.
No Air Forces
No
today?
Air Forces today.
What are you channeling? Your inner
demons, really.
Your inner demons.
After what happened last time, do you know what I'm saying? A lot of disrespect. Exercise my demons, yeah.
He's up first, SAEED second, I'm third, TOBS is fourth, GRIZZ is fifth. That's how we're going to run it for all the challenges. Like I said, hit the like button and let's go. Come on! Alright people, first challenge, passing lanes. We've got some cones set out there, different points for different sets of cones. The yellow goes first, 5 points there, 5 points there. Then it's the blues, 10 points there, 10 points there. And then we wrap it up with the greens all the way there in the goal. That's for 15 points. And lastly, we've got the 4 cones in the middle, weighted pass. That's how we're gonna end it, people. Matisse up first, let's go.
Fresh trainers ready now, no Air Forces, and I'm ready to commit serious violence on this pitch.
Hey, T.
Good start.
Come on, people. Come on. 12 p.m. Christmas Day premiere on this channel. The link is already there. We're going to pin it in the live chat. When you get a chance, go over there, put your notification on, hit the like button, make sure you're subscribed. We're going to be in the private chat tomorrow, midday, Christmas Day. Listen, you might be waiting for your Christmas dinner. You might not even celebrate it at all. Christmas Day is usually a day where not many people are doing much. So, you know, if you got free time, make sure you go over there and check the video. You wanted more content from us, and that is the first of many. I know I did promise you, or we did promise you videos this season, and it's been a bit of a delay behind it. That's because we want to up the quality. Scarl didn't give us an intro today, but he's been working behind the scenes. So big up Scarl there. Big up everyone involved in the production, the editing. Big up the Big Six and the community. Like I said, love for the love, hit the like button, make sure you're subscribed. It's the first of many, people. 2024, 50K, we start with a bang, road to 100K. Hughie wasn't there, people. I see a lot of comments in this on the socials about Hughie. When we recorded that, which was back in the summer, Hugh wasn't available to come down that day. Wasn't available or wasn't well? I forgot.
There's no point in telling lies. We came together as a group and we decided for the overall integrity of the challenge to make it fair that I wouldn't travel, because I probably just would have wiped the floor. So I decided to let 5 lads
too good, man.
let Matisse turn up in his
I'm not gonna lie.
You had me in the first half.
put some more steroids in. I said I'll sit back.
I'm not gonna lie. From what we've seen, Hughie is a baller. Like he would have, like, I reckon, come third.
he would have.
I was about to spud you right there and say that's my guy, but
no, but Hughie is a baller. He is a baller.
Hey, listen, part 2's coming up soon. That was a quick one we got done this summer because people was asking for it after we got back from New York. So be there. Hopefully you enjoy. We got another video coming out real soon in 2024. But make sure you enjoy that. You share it. You hit the like button. You tell a friend to tell a friend. Big up the community, and let's move. All the predictions made, all the super chats done on those topics. So what do we move into next? I mean, we can go from...
Take your pick.
I know, like it's
we're gonna eat regardless, brother.
It's crazy. Red pill or blue pill? Red pill or blue pill? I should have had 2 minutes like that. Which one do you not want?
You know what? Let me take some of that red. Let me take some of that red
pill.
Let's
Don't do that red, man. It's not nice. The blue one sounds a bit, you know what I mean? The blue one's more better, man.
Tottenham big win, no?
No. Save that to the end.
Where do we start, man? Where do we start, eh? Where do we start? Because that's 8 losses now for the season. We've got a -5 goal difference. We've not scored in 4 games. It's probably the worst amount of defeats we've had since, I think, 1930 in 2023. You know, Ten Hag's breaking absolutely every record there is, man. I genuinely think there's more records out there because there's 2 games left. So, you know, he might break some more records, you know, but I can't lie, man. That was the most boringest game ever. I fell asleep. There's a picture out there. If you watch him, I fell asleep at 60th minute, and then I woke back up because I heard the commentator shouting. So I was like, oh shit, something must have happened here. You know what I mean? I had a chat talking about BBLs. You know what I mean? That was a mad one as well. You know what I mean? That's crazy in that regards. But yeah, man, we are shit in it, man. And the manager needs to go. I can't express it enough. Yeah, bro. Some guy in the chat was like, yo, what do you reckon about BBL? I said, broski, I'm not here for that, bro. I'm here to watch football. But it got that bad.
BBL for Man United, or what are they talking about?
I think that's what they're talking about.
Man.
Man United be the BBL.
I know, man. Broski, I don't know, man. But each to their own. You know what I mean? I don't know if he wanted one for his girlfriend and that. You know what I mean? It's one of them. I don't know.
Yo, we need to get to these streams. Everyone needs to check out these streams, man. These look lively, man. These sound lively.
I don't know, man. I don't know about that. For the wrong reasons, can't lie. But listen, we're rubbish, man. West Ham did not even play well. They were like, I don't think they were awful, but they didn't need to play that well to beat Man United. But it's shocking it. Another team that goes into gear 2 and still managed to beat Man United, man. That's 8 losses, guys. People think I'm going mad. People think I'm just like shouting for no reason. Broski, it's getting embarrassing. Like today, I was doing a watch along because I was like, yo, I can't see Chelsea. You know what I mean? Getting near us, man. I was like, no, listen, Eunice, hold tight there. I was like, you, man, stay where you are. You know what I mean?
And you were getting excited on Matisse's call, going absolutely mental because we were bottling it, and you're there like, yeah, they're in the mud. Yeah, you're in the mud.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Maybe it's a mud off. I don't know, but listen, we're man. And like I said, we got man like Sean. Is it Sean Mills doing watch-alongs on TikTok with Hoyland, the actor?
I'm waiting on a miracle to come.
Yeah,
it's a decent tune as well, though. It's a decent tune.
It's a banger.
It's actually a decent banger. Yeah, it's
THUGGERY has to get SAEED in an edit with that song over it.
Yeah,
Nah. How about no? How about you need to stop doing that? I need to stop embarrassing my player, man. You get it? Because that is, listen, Hoyland is not scoring goals and he's struggling. But let me tell you the stat. He's only got the ball once yesterday. They actually played the ball to him once. And the last couple of games, he's only been 4. Yes, he needs to do more. And I think for me, there's a lot of criticism that I've got for Hoyland. But we've got Garnacho, who right now we're overusing him. We're over-relying on Garnacho. And that's why I said in the Liverpool game, I didn't want to start him. I wanted Rashford to start. But even Rashford, brother came on and stomped the place out. Actually, he came on and we conceded 2 goals. I'm not saying it's his fault, but he has 0 impact in the team. I feel for Kobe Mino because I think for me, if you look at the midfield, yeah, he was on his own. And Bruno McTominay, where were they? All the way on the other side of the pitch. I'm not blaming them, but I'm blaming the manager for setting that group of tactics there. You know what I mean? The goal, Luke Shaw sleeping, easy goal for Bowen. We are awful. We can't score goals. We're not scored in 4 games, guys. That is history. Not been done, I think, since 1991, I think it is. I can't remember. Listen, I'm forgetting the stats because it's too much. Too many stats. You know, I'm being serious, Grizz, man. You might be laughing, but these stats are bad. No goals in 4 games. Everything right now is torrid, man. And I just hope, yeah, that when Jim Ratcliffe obviously is in the door and he's comfy, that he sacks this guy, man. And whoever's in charge, they sack this guy now because we've had enough. If we want to get any possibility of this top 4 or top 5 or whatever, this manager needs to go. We have lost more games than we have won. We have lost 12 games this season already. 12.
Mental, bro.
You might realize how bad we are. We could literally lose more and more and more. Like nobody knows. Like we barely draw, but then also we keep losing. So I just, yeah, man, 1990 was saying that. Bro, it's just crazy, man. I just feel like for me, I feel like I'm just a broken record now. It's just repeat after repeat after repeat. This manager is not good enough, and he's not getting the best out of the group of players. I'm sorry, and I think another manager could get a shootout and find a system for us to at least score goals. I'm asking for the bare minimum here: score goals.
Yeah, no goals in 4 is crazy, man. None in 4 is wild for that attack. Crazy. I don't even know what to say.
What is Hoyland? We need to talk about some of your players, though. Sorry, go on, Eunice. Go on.
No, I was just going to say about Hoyland. Like, what's he on now? Is it 0014? He loves James Bond so much he wanted to be him twice, or what's going on?
Wait, not a miracle, bro.
you, my friend. Yo, listen, I can't lie. I didn't want to sign him. I'll be brutally honest with you. I didn't really want him To be honest with you, but the manager said, "Yo, listen, we got this project striker, and he's gonna come in and he's gonna do." I just think for me, when you watch him, yeah, he makes it easy for defenders to defend him. Literally, all you got to do is just stand on him. Stand on him. That's it. He doesn't make the forward runs. He's not smart. His touch is quite bad, actually. I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought his touch would be better. His touch is always awful. It's almost like feel like he was wobbling away from him. He's slow anticipating any sort of cross coming in. He's always, you see the cross that came in from Anthony. He was again not anticipating that. For you as a striker, you've got to be quick. And again, I'm not blaming him because he's a young striker and I don't expect much. But I'm sorry, like the bare minimum. Like, listen, people might shout at Martial, but at least Martial can hold up the ball. Again, I'm not praising that, but at least the bare minimum is you hold the ball up, you allow others to play. And he's not even doing that, guys. And that's the worry for me with him is that, yeah, forget goals. I think his overall game is quite bad at the minute.
I've been calling him the Danish Danny Welbeck, but I think that's a disservice to Danny Welbeck because at least he can actually play football. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, the thing with Højlund is, I think he's bought into, or maybe it's always been this way, he's bought into this bully boy kind of mentality too much. He's always just trying to be physical and impose himself, but that's to the detriment of his overall game, bro. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to be physical in the box and you're going to be a presence there, at least get some hold-up play. At least know how to play football. At least be able to link up with your wingers and your midfielders. He's not even doing that, man. He's just like a non-presence up there.
It's another example of it's another example of a long list of misprofile of transfer strategy for Man United. Everything that Ten Hag says, or certain Man United fans tell us, is he's trying to build up play. He's trying to get players like Onana in. Lisandro Martinez was told last season, ball playing comfortable, and then they buy a unit, fuck off target man up front. It makes no sense. Instead of buying a mobile player who's going to drop in the 9, create spaces to link with the likes of Rashford and whoever else, everything that they do is opposite of what they tell us the strategy is. I agree. Do you know what I mean? So it makes no sense. So Højlund is a target man who just thrives on crosses. When's Rashford ever going to cross the ball? When's Anthony ever going to cross the ball? Should be one of the
relative few ones. No, he's actually the relative few ones.
When's Garnacho ever going to look to cross the ball? These guys are one-on-one. They just want to get the ball head down and beat a player, whatever.
Garnacho doesn't look up. He just puts his head down.
Yeah. So it's and they, how much did you spend on him?
70 million. Yeah.
I mean, you know, you want to speak about other people's players and other clubs, but this is like you just.
No, but again, you can't really go at me because I didn't want him. So you can't really say anything.
But you wanted
allowances for Anthony. You made allowances for Anthony. No, you said you didn't want Højlund, but you made allowances for Anthony. When you were linked with him in the summer, you backed Man United spending 80-something million pounds on Anthony.
No. Yes, I didn't say spend 80 million. No. Yes, I was okay with the profile. No, hold on a minute, Toby. I was okay with the profile, but I did not say Man United go spend 90 million on him. No, I didn't. Go tell me when I spent it. Go tell me when I said it.
Let me tell you what you said. Let me tell you what you said. We spoke about this last summer, and I said this is crazy money for him. You said if this is the guy that Man United want, I'm happy for them to bring him in. That's what you said.
Oh, but Ten Hag, you mean?
You said that.
But that was
nobody.
I don't think you said that.
You said that. You said that. You back and
Toby, he doesn't know what he says from week to week. Why are you telling him about last season?
No. Don't do that. If you find the clip where I said Man United should go out for him no matter what, then you're absolutely crazy. At the time, I said it was a ludicrous money.
I'm not going to talk for the clips, but I want to set a challenge to any of our viewers. Yeah, I beg you, go through some of the summer streams that we did last summer, 2022, and try and zero in on the talk on Anthony and see Saeed's reaction. The reaction wasn't of a man that said,
make sure you get the whole video. Don't get no clip, no 10 seconds clips. Read the context of the video.
No, there is. What do you mean we need context? The context is this.
We need context in the video.
Okay, so the context is this.
Oh, he shook. That means he has said it.
He's the same guy. Hold a minute. Is he not the same guy that was
now there's a video all of a sudden and it needs videos out there.
Get the whole video. Get the whole video.
Text. Bro, listen. You were the same guy who was saying about Basuma, Declan Rice, about I need the whole context. Were you not saying that last week? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Bro, I've owned
what I
said.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying to you.
That's not what you're saying. You're not owning what you said. I said that you backed You backed Man United spending that money on Anthony. You knew that this guy
No. If the manager wants Anthony and it's a correct profile, then we should go and get him. I didn't say spend that money on him though. I didn't agree and spending 90 million on him. I was wary. I said, hold on a minute, we should get him for less. Why are we going and spending that much money? But I was okay with the profile of the signing. Sorry?
Was it not just in New York? You and a few others were telling me that I'm harsh on Anthony.
Here we go. Make him about Tottenham. Make him about Tottenham. Oh, now Kulusevski's balling out on the 10 roll. Now you want to bring out this argument. You weren't saying this before, you know. You were like, Kulusevski the right, he's stinking the place out. You were like, he's stinking the place out. So don't do that to me. Don't do that. You're gonna take it up.
I don't want it to just be us having to listen to your therapy session. That's calm, and I sympathize with you. You're my brother.
I hear you.
You're my brother. But I want you to get cooked for your team as well, right? Because you spent 72 million pounds on Højlund. You spent 85 million pounds on Anthony. Yeah, you told us Garnacho should be starting games for Man United. That's what you said. That's what you said. All of these three attackers are failing. They are failing. They haven't scored a single Premier League goal outside of Garnacho's bicycle kick this season. They're failing. They're failing big time. And the guys to come in, Marcus Rashford, who I rate, is stinking out the joint big time. Martial, who you mentioned, can hold up the ball. He scored 1 goal this season and can't stay fit. I want you to get cooked mercilessly for your attackers, because when it was rosy, you had positive things to say about these attackers. Now it's pear-shaped outside of Rashford.
And now he wants the manager gone instead.
Now it's pear-shaped.
No.
Now it's pear-shaped.
No.
I want to see more vim. I want to see you. Don't tell me, oh no, we're asking. Oh, we're overplaying him. I want you to criticize Garnacho with the same vim that you criticize your other players. That's what I want.
Yes.
Do it.
No, I'm here. I'm here. I'm ready. I'm here.
Playing shit for United. Say it.
No, I'm saying to you right now, Garnacho is massively off form. He's been overused, and it shouldn't be right. But again, that's down to the manager putting them players in. Do I tell the manager to play McTominay, who doesn't want to pass, who can't pass, who can't do anything? Do I tell the manager?
Asked for Garnacho to start. He started Garnacho, and now you're saying
but the problem is though. No, but the problem is though. There's an element of the manager has a responsibility when a player is out of form or when a player is looking like he's out of form to take him out of the team and then try something different. Same way with Rashford. When I called it, I said to him, listen, Rashford is out of form. He needs to be taken out of the team. And Garnacho, who I thought was having positive impact from the bench, to then give him a chance to start. Yes or no, did I not say that? And now, like I said to you, Rashford might not be out of form, but I'm not going to keep a guy who's out of form still on the football pitch. I'm going to have to change it around and sort something out that's differently. So that's what I've said. I've been fair. Anthony, you know me. Bro, the thing's gone, man. It's been gone for a couple of months. It's finished. Anthony it's not a winger. He's a defensive winger. Everything until you get to the byline, he's rubbish. Højlund is failing at the minute, and you know what? He needs support. Could he do better? Fair enough. But as a whole team, we are failing. We can't defend and we can't attack. Everything for me, when you look at it structurally, comes down to the manager. That's all it is. He provides a platform for the players to succeed, and he's failing. So.
No, listen, I'll be real. Nobody's taking any criticism away from Ten Hag. We just want you to also criticize these players with the same game.
Acknowledge. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah,
I get that.
There's players like Rashford, for example, that I find it disgraceful sometimes. I know players can be off form, but when he's not even putting in the minimum of, you can see players are meant to track back or they're meant to go in for challenges when they've lost the ball or something, and he's just jogging. Or he doesn't look bothered, he doesn't look fast. I'm like, that's inexplicable, and that's not going to help. But Ten Hag, he looks like, I want to hear what everyone's got to say on this as well. He doesn't come across as someone that's got control. He comes across as someone that's good at maybe if you gave him a bunch of young players to just try and develop a little bit. But if you give him an entire squad at a high level, like what Man United are meant to be operating at, he just can't hack it. That's just the way that he can't hack a dressing room of that magnitude or that level. He can't hack big personalities. And I've said this a while, and I'm not sure if it was on here when the last time I was on here, but I did say that I reckon Ten Hag will get sacked. I've never been convinced of it. Huh?
Who's the big personalities at United? Because
you're looking.
What would I say?
Bruno, Rashford, Maguire, the whole spine.
No. It's Sancho. It's Lisandro Martinez. That's the main three for me. That's the main three. Bruno Fernandes, I don't really see him as a leader, man, because the guy's flipping, moaning on the pitch, mate. So he's not a leader for me. You get
guys,
me? So
I don't think so. Eunice, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think it's inability to manage big personalities. I just think it's an inability to manage logically with the squad that he's been given. I don't think it's got anything to do with personalities, because he had a quite authoritative like personality last season, and he had these guys sort of like pulling in his direction. I think the problem with Ten Hag is he's still not been able to establish a consistent style of play.
Bro, what is his style of play though? He don't have no transition.
But that's what I'm saying. He doesn't have a style of play.
Ollie had. Yeah, he doesn't have a style of play.
That's what I'm
saying to Grizz, but he won't listen.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like at this point in time, like he's still not been able to establish a style of play, and now it's even worse because he's spent big dough on players that are meant to be his players that he needed to fulfill a specific tactical role, and you don't use these players. You've now reverted back to the players that you deem not good enough. Your Maguires. Why is McTominay still starting games?
But this is where
he keeps gassing him.
Shut up, man. This is where I've got a little, like an ounce, like only an ounce though, of sympathy for Ten Hag. That I don't believe he's got his guys. Remember we had this argument, Tobes, a few weeks ago when we said Man United didn't back him properly. We think I think me and Hughie were trying to explain to you guys that you need to back him. What does every Man United
been backing?
Eunice, I think let me explain, because you probably didn't see the show.
Let me explain.
Yeah. We all agree, even Man United fans now, that Man United can't be changed just by changing the manager. They need a gutting out. And this is what Ralph Rangnick called for, wasn't backed, instead was sacked. And this is what Ten Hag called for and was semi-backed. And I agree. Toby's argument was you can't just release players on big money. Someone's got to buy them, etc., etc. And then me and Hughie were coming back. And then me and Hughie were coming back with, well, if you're that toxic a team, club structure-wise, and you're all over the place, like Man United are now, you need to make some financial, what's the word?
Some tough calls, some decisions.
Based on
financial sacrifices.
Has he improved the ones that he's bought? Has he improved the one that he's bought?
Hold on.
You tell me the successes of them.
Let me explain. He needs to buy players.
You don't rate Onana.
Yeah, but if you're saying he's buying these players, then I get it. I agree. But I don't know the system, how it works. You know better than me how it works.
I've got an article to show you. He would not join his football club if he didn't have control.
I'm very happy the way you run. Changing the manager won't change anything. You need a gutting out of the club.
So if I make a statement, then I can't challenge you then. What you said. As you're saying now. Yeah, go on, Toby.
The reason why the sympathy is capped for Ten Hag is because despite the issues that he's dealing with, he is in a position of privilege that other managers in the league don't have. The Zerbi did not have 100 and something million to spend this window, right? I'm thinking of other managers. Eddie Howe, look at the money that he had to spend in January just to get Newcastle to finish in 11th spot. Ten Hag, despite the negativity that he's had to basically work under, he still had enough resources to have performed better than he has done this season. And then when you look at the players that he's bought, the sympathy is capped. Man United don't spend 85 million on Anthony unless Ten Hag is telling them, this is my guy, I want this guy. Man United don't commit 60 million pounds on Mason Mount off the back of his worst season for Chelsea with a year left on his deal. We spoke about this in the summer, and me and Saeed were saying this is a ludicrous deal. It does not make sense. He's not even worth 50 million. Sorry, he's not even worth 60 million, even if he had 3-4 years on his deal. And that's not to say that Mason Mount is a bad player. I think Mason Mount is a good player, but he did not fit any gap in Man United's team. He didn't fit a specific gap and need, and yet they went and they spent this money on him.
That's why I said an ounce. That's why I said an ounce. Yeah. I agree with everything what you say. It's just an ounce
but this is what I'm saying. And I like Ten Hag, but this is what I'm saying. The sympathy is capped because you are you're doing a terrible job with the resources you've been given. You're doing a terrible job at managing the players you inherited. You're doing a terrible job at integrating the players that you bought, right? And some of the talented players in your team, you're now at loggerheads. Sancho last season got sent to the Himalayas, right? This season he's in Alcatraz, right? Sorry. Sorry. It's the truth. It's the truth. Last
You're
season,
a dickhead.
it's the truth. It's the truth. Last season, Varane is one of your trusted lieutenants. This season, you're telling me Maguire is more capable of fulfilling the tactical instruction. There's so many things he's doing wrong, which is why, despite Rashford playing poorly, despite Casemiro playing poorly, despite the injuries, the sympathy has to be capped, because the money that you spent, it's not made this team better. It's not made this team better. That's the sad reality.
Exactly.
I think the sympathy has to be capped as well with Ten Hag, because whether you like it or not, he came in and he talked a great game. He really came in and he preached to you guys about what he was going to do, this, that, and the other. And yeah, you went on. You got, what was a third last season? I think was a third, and then you got the Carabao Cup as well. And you've regressed since then. There's no sign of progressing past that or moving past that. And as Tobes referenced to, the signings don't look like a team that's going to progress. They don't look like a team that has any sense of direction. So not only has he got no style of football, there's also no real sense of direction. He's just plucking players at random and bringing them in and trying to fit them into a team.
Another thing I want to ask, and I know, SAEED, if you know, because you follow Man United, religiously. So does Ten Hag have is it an issue? But he comes across, for me, and I don't know if anyone agrees, he comes across too harsh. Do you know what I mean? Like with players, you got to build that relationship and you got to be firm and you got to be disciplined, but you also got to have that connection and that bond. Pep does it beautifully, right? Just you have that balance where you get players to play for you, but they understand where to draw the line. It looks like, I don't know, from the outside, it looks like Ten Hag's got that character of just a massive authoritarian figure and I don't care about you. Like, that's just the vibe that I pick up. I don't know.
I think it's common with Dutch people anyway, but I just think in general, he's just, he's uninspiring, man. He's on the bench, like he's speaking to McTominay, but then nothing really happens of it. He's telling people to go here, to go there, but then the shape is not changing. I just think everything that he's doing right now is failing. And I can't blame really McTominay and Bruno for being in position, because then the manager's setting out the tactics for the 3-1-6 formation, because one holding midfielder is not going to work in the Premier League. So I feel like he's so stubborn. He thinks he knows everything, and he's going to die on his sword. That's what's going to happen. He is going to die on his sword, and certain players are going to let him down. It is what it is.
Let me ask you, SAEED, because you've obviously come to the conclusion that you're done with Ten Hag. You want him out. Who would you choose to come in and you say, yeah, he's going to do a better job, or he gives you a bit more optimism?
I feel like, obviously, I wouldn't bring in a permanent manager just yet. A lot of people are coming in and saying this to me. Oh, but SAEED, you don't really have an answer. It's not my job anyway. So Jim Ratcliffe's going to come in and hopefully sort that out. But I would bring in an interim and then look at the positions available in the summer. I wouldn't make any hasty decisions right now. So I would bring in an interim to the end of the season, because I think the season's done anyway. I don't think we're making top 4. I think if United think it's time to think they're making top 4, crazy. But we're not making top 4, so just play till the end of the season, and then we make a permanent decision. But again, like I said, I'm a fan. I'm not here to make those decisions. So you get me. I have names in mind that might be suitable.
That's what we want to hear. That's what we want to hear.
Summer.
We don't want you to.
I think a sporting manager. I like the sporting manager.
That's
I think
some
Hansi
names
is available. Yeah, if Carlo Ancelotti is available, I'd have Carlo Ancelotti as manager, but I don't think he's going to come to the Premier League. So there's the available managers out there. But again, like I said, to
Graham Potter.
United,
Graham Potter, mate.
Potter,
that's the guy for you.
There's a lot of United fans that do think that. But I think what it is, I think United fans want me to make them feel better about their situation. Because they're Ten Hag in, it makes them feel like, oh, but you haven't got an answer, so that means we need to stick with Ten Hag. No, my friends, he still needs to go, So all of you are thinking, oh, but you haven't got a name. Don't worry about that. There will be a manager here, and that manager ain't going to be Ten Hag. So if that makes you feel better and sleep at night, there you go, I think that's what they want, man. That's what they want. Oh, but you haven't got a name. Listen, I couldn't care about the name. He needs to go, They make that clear.
Tobes needs to tell him about Michael Carrick, man. He could be a good one.
I told him Michael Carrick's the one for United.
You're hearing it. No one's
That's
hearing
their level. That's their level, man. That's their level right now.
All right, let's get the super chats in now, because we have got to keep it moving. Hour 38 in, past 1,000 likes. How many are we on? 19. We're close to 2,000. Yeah.
People have enjoyed it.
100%. Let me bring in the United super chats. Bubakar says Højlund can't link play, can't dribble, and make your forward line worse, as he is too predictable with his off the ball movement. He is not ready.
Love
Needs
for the
time.
super chat, Bubakar.
Needs time, which
He does need
not-
time, yeah.
That's the problem.
Good Christmas to everyone celebrating. Great show as always. I can't lie, we're gonna get beat, but Zinni versus Kudus might get tasty. And SAEED, shush. Obviously a West Ham fan. And it could. What a signing that's turned out to be. Jason says, Turkish, my first super chat. I'm coming down from Florida to London in a week. I was wondering if you could help me source. The ticketing system's so different now. I can't help you, my brother. I think it's all ballots. I'm not sure if the FA Cup game's any different, but I'm pretty sure it's actually message GRIZZ. There you go. What?
Leave the responsibility to GRIZZ.
Message GRIZZ, man. GRIZZ is the guy that knows what's going on, man.
Who's the guy?
Oh, Liverpool, Arsenal, Liverpool. But he's
Arsenal,
Arsenal
Liverpool.
fan. Yeah, but he's Arsenal fan, isn't it? So I can't do that.
Yeah, but he's from Florida, so if wherever he can get in, he gets in.
I'll ask him if he wants to sit in the Liverpool side. Then yeah, holler me.
Jason, you hear that? GRIZZ Khan official, all platforms.
That's only if he's willing to sit in the Liverpool end, though. So don't say,
You'll sit with GRIZZ, man. You'll go with GRIZZ. Don't worry. You two will sit together and enjoy.
All of a sudden, he doesn't want the ticket anymore.
He said, I'm all right, mate. Another super chat. I'm all right, mate. Nas says, a toxic team where players run the club. Players who have outlasted managers stay. Rashford, Martial, Wan-Bissaka, McTominay. They play well for a season, get managers fired the following. It is a cycle. Big Ben says Elanga has scored more Premier League goals than Højlund, Anthony, Garnacho, and Rashford altogether.
No
He's
way.
scored 4, and they've scored.
Broski, there's so many, man. There's only Antolan's only one, man. There's better, man.
Oh my goodness.
That's better, man. That's one name, man.
That's one name. Brandon says, as a rival fan, I love that stupid look Ten Hag gets when he loses or the opposition scores. Ten Hag in forever. Teki says, I feel bad for SAEED crying on his United streams, but I end up laughing because of his biased Liverpool takes. Hope people can shut up now about Trent. Bowler. And
I'll still keep doing it, man, because Liverpool won't win the league. Simple.
And Jez says, not a single mention for Trent's pass. Zinni 1v1 defending was awful, but he can't do much to intercept that pass, swerving in the air. Yeah, you know what, the pass did deserve mentioning, but Trent, he does it so often that, kind of become the norm, but he is a special player. Next in. Actually, that's on the Man City one. I'll save that for Man City. That's Chelsea. I'll save that. It looks, actually, here we are. Jose says, SAEED, when you needed to must, you didn't must. And Deep Learning says, SAEED's latest quote, whoever has the last laugh has the last laugh. We need a book now. Where did he say
my
that?
quote? That's not my quote. I was referencing Fuizzi. So that's not my quote. I can't lie to you. So I don't want to claim that one. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Fuizzi.
No, but that wasn't even Fuizzi's. He didn't say that. He said something else.
No, that's what I'm saying. I butchered it.
Yeah, so you butchered it. So it's yours.
Yeah. Okay.
So he's butchered Fuizzi's
No, it's not really mine. No, we're not doing that.
So you're the butcher of butchers. You are Lisandro Martinez's dad. Boy, he butchered a butchered quote. Deep that, people.
Oh,
yeah,
bro.
better than that.
Pep says, Merry Christmas, everyone. Usually, I can't watch live, so glad this was earlier for Christmas. Love the Big Six and all of your individual channels, especially SAEED and TOBS. As a Spurs fan, big up, Pep. Love for the love.
Big up, Pep, man.
I'm sure SAEED and TOBS appreciate that. Pep, I'm sure you're going to be happy to hear that the next show is also at 7 p.m., which is coming up this Friday. Obviously, the fixture's thick and fast. It's a tough schedule to work around, but we've managed to work around it. So the next show is also an earlier show than usual, 7 p.m. Friday. So make sure you're there for that too. And that is the last super chat. United Villa, TOBS.
Oh, wow. Oh, Lord.
Think carefully here, Tom. Think carefully, my brother.
You're thinking for two of us.
Hey, this is tough, you know.
It is tough.
I actually don't know, man.
That's what's called a prediction. You just predict. We don't expect you to know.
Fudge. I'm gonna go 2-1 Aston Villa. Actually, no. I'm gonna go. That's too predictable. I'm gonna go with a draw. I'm gonna go with
That's the more predictable. That's the more predictable one, to be honest.
2-2.
You sure?
Yeah.
3-1 Villa. Saeed.
2-1 Villa.
Saeed's had enough, man. This man said 2-1
I've had
Villa.
enough, man.
Still haven't got Matisse's predictions through Eunice.
2-0 Villa.
You know, it's getting worse.
If someone doesn't send them predictions through, the replacement should take the predictions for the person.
Why did I say 2? Oh my god! Why did I say
get what you're
2?
saying.
Who the hell is going to score for United?
Maguire.
Crazy, man.
Come on, you can't just keep losing every
I
game.
just told you we haven't scored in 4.
God.
But I think somehow we'll nick a 1 and then but we'll still lose.
Hugh.
You don't
Yeah, 2-1 Villa. I don't like TOBS' one.
Oh.
2-1 Villa.
Even though Tommy's like, no,
United
United is still shit though. United is still shit though.
GRIZZ.
1-1.
1-1. Okay.
Wow. People are looking at Villa's away record, innit? It's not that great, the away record. Are you looking at that, GRIZZ, or something?
It's not, and their performances away from him aren't that good as well. That's why I'm like, maybe they might give you a Hail Mary, but I don't know.
They're a big game team. They're a big game team, though, Villa. They turn up when it's a big fixture.
And after the question marks, after the Sheffield United one, they might be out for an extra, like, you know, let's prove something. To round off the predictions, Eunice has gone 2-0 Villa. I've gone 3-1 Villa. Hugh and Saeed have gone 2-1 Villa. TOBS and GRIZZ both draws. TOBS has gone 2-2. GRIZZ has gone 1-1. I'll publish Matisse's predictions once they become available on the socials. Let's keep it moving. People might think we move on to Chelsea, but I want to get this one in. Andrea's saying Tottenham the only team in the Big Six to win this week. Tell them, TOBS. And I think it's only right to move on to Tottenham next because we haven't spoken about a win yet, and they have got the only win. It's still to come. I mean, it's still to come. The quicker you are with your Tottenham segment, the slower the cook of Chelsea.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because I'm prioritizing that. But I want to thank Spurs, Ange Postecoglou, Son, and even Richarlison for ensuring that I have a very Merry Christmas, because I would have been in a very rotten mood if we didn't get 3 points against Everton. But this is 3 wins on the spin now, with a lot of players missing. Don't forget that. We are missing a lot of players. I do want to say this, though. I don't think we deserve to win that game of football. I actually think Everton deserved to win. I think that was probably, I would say, after Wolves, that was probably our worst performance this season, in my opinion. I think Everton did really well. I think we were really sloppy. They created a lot of good chances.
How did that Danjuma chance stay out at the end? Was it
mental?
Yeah,
I thought it was offside. Mental. But that wasn't a good performance from us. And I think we definitely had our luck was on our side that game. And listen, it goes both ways, because I was coming here a couple of weeks back where I felt like we did enough to beat someone like Aston Villa or even West Ham, and we didn't win the game. That's football. So unlucky to Everton, but they're in good safe hands with Sean Dyche. And yeah, on Spurs, Richarlison 5 goals this season. I hope he can continue it when Son goes off to the Asia Cup. Son 11 goals for the season. And hopefully we can get some players back into the team over the next couple of weeks, and we sign some players. That's about it. Let me see if there's any more super.
Who goes away on an international duty in January for you? How many different?
Son, Star, and Basuma.
Okay, when's MATISSE back?
I think, that's
So can I ask you some questions now about the?
Yeah, you can ask questions. Yeah.
Like, that's gonna be like, are you worried about them 3 missing your?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Man said
Yes.
I didn't know that. Basuma, Son, and
Sar. Yeah, it's big.
So you're looking at the Hungarian Højbjerg. Well, actually, the actual Højbjerg in midfield, along with who?
Along with Lo Celso, Skip. It's not looking good.
So they're looking about 2-3 fixtures they're probably missing, league?
It depends. I don't expect Basuma's team to go far. Mali, so he might be back soon. But with Sar, who's been
brilliant.
Really is as important for us this season.
Brilliant.
That's going to be a big blow, and he's he's going to be out probably for the most of the month, because obviously he plays for Senegal. Senegal are traditionally, they go far in the competition, so it's going to be peak. And same for Son. Son plays for South Korea, so he might miss. I think all three of them will almost certainly miss Man United away. And Man United away, when that comes, we might not have. So we're not going to have those three. We still may not have Maddison. We still may not have Van de Ven. We still won't have Bentancur. Yeah, man, we're going to be missing a lot of players. But
who you got? Who are you going to play? I mean, do you have an idea of who will step in?
We need to sign.
They're going to buy players. They're going to buy players. They're going to buy players, definitely.
Yeah. We have to sign players. So I think it's clear that we're in the market for a centre back. Obviously, apparently we're opening talks with Todibo, but to be honest, don't really care who it is as long as they're good. I think we need an attacker. We need a centre back, and if there's a deal to be done and you sell Højbjerg or whatever, then you need to bring in a midfielder. So
it's not new for the Tottenham, though, is it? Though they've been dealing with loads of players coming in and out all season, injuries, suspension. So it's not as if this would be a shock to the system for Tottenham.
No, it won't be.
More players.
It won't be, but it's just annoying that's like it's just like we can't catch a break. Like January was meant to be, you get all your players back. So we knew that Son, and Bissouma were always going to go off on international duty, but the hope was that at this point we'd have Bentancur integrated back in the team. But even he picks up a knock after coming back from a knee injury as well. So it's peak, but we'll pull through, man. We'll pull through. It's good.
We talked about overperforming TOBS with Liverpool earlier on. You gotta give Ange credit, man. That's my guy right there. With all the injuries and suspensions you've had this season, you're 4 points off top. I'm just looking at the table right now. That is absolutely crazy.
He's been amazing. He's been amazing, Ange. But I've spoken on Ange a lot. But I want to speak on this guy here, this Vicario guy, because I've been saying it all season. This guy, again, contender for signing of the summer, man. He has been brilliant, absolutely brilliant. He's made, even in games where we've dominated, he makes a big save. He makes a big save almost every other game. Like he always makes game-changing saves for Spurs to either keep the lead where it is or stop us from losing or drawing a game of football. He's been fantastic, man. Absolutely fantastic. I really hope he gets to be Italy's #1 soon, because I think from what I've seen this season, he's massively outperformed Donnarumma this season. But in the league, he's been brilliant for Spurs, man. So I want him to get his flowers, man. Nice guy, very nice guy.
And next up, Brighton away as well. So it's not an easy fixture you're going into next, but it's a fixture very winnable because Brighton have, they've been hot and cold.
Yeah. Again, no thorough analysis on this one. Just go and win, please. Just go and win. Try and make it 4 wins in the spin. As I said, after the West Ham game, I said like we've got like a set of fixtures where I'm looking at Spurs to try and go on a bit of a run. So let's try and keep the wins coming into the new year. So we know we're going to lose players. Let's try and build up a little bit of a buffer again, just so if we do lose some games in January, it's not as severe. So yeah, go and beat Brighton. It's not going to be easy, but I've watched them this season. They're dealing with a lot of issues, a lot of injuries, even more, probably the same, if not more injuries than Spurs. So yeah, man, we just have to go and try and get the job done.
What are you going for prediction?
I'm gonna go for a 2-1 win to Spurs.
2-1. I'm going 2-2. SAEED.
I'm gonna go. I don't even know. This is a tricky one. Don't know what side Brighton gonna come. I'm gonna say a 2-1 Tottenham.
2-1 Tottenham. Eunice.
I'm gonna say 2-1 Tottenham.
Another Tottenham win. Hugh?
2-1 Tottenham.
2-1.
I changed mine. Oh my god.
GRIZZ.
1-1.
1-1. So to round these ones off, me and GRIZZ have gone for a draw. I've gone 2-2. He's gone 1-1, and everyone else has gone 2-1 to Tottenham. We haven't got Matisse's in yet, but TOBS, Hugh, SAEED, and Eunice, special guest Eunice, all gone for 2-1
Tottenham. No more super chats on Tottenham, but we've had this coming earlier. Relax on Matisse, people. Chelsea been shit for 18 months and he sat through all of it. Give him a rest. He must answer for Poch though, and he will. Like I said, we're back Friday. He will be on that one, so make sure you're there. And Nas adds, when you must, Matisse didn't must. He bottled it. Hold that. Listen, people, he did tell me a while ago, and it's not the last time we're gonna, talk about Chelsea and the mud. But Eunice, I think the last time I really spoke to you about football on a platform was the Big Six Extra, which is, it's been a fair little while since we've spoken, but not much seems to have changed really. Was that rude?
Mate.
Aye, that's rude. That's rude.
It took me a second to clock that. I was like, what?
No.
Yeah.
Mate, if you don't laugh, you cry. And this is why there's been a tag, because Matisse has taken the brunt, and that's it. He can only handle so much. So I'll step in for this. And I come into this looking forward to hearing what everyone's got to say, because I've only heard quite a lot of Chelsea perspective, and it's intriguing to hear what everyone else thinks, because I need to hear some non-bias. What does the outside world think of us?
Oh, you're in the right place. Oh, you're in the right place.
The right man is next to you. He's directly next to you. He's ready to go. He's warming up his vocals. He's ready to go.
So if I had to summarize Chelsea in 4 words, I would say
Go for it.
You are fucking shit. That's what I would say. Yeah, you stink. Poch stinks. The performances I've seen from your players stinks. The results stinks. The whole thing stinks, and it just doesn't make sense.
Their manager's magic, though. Their manager's magic, though. He's got a magical manager in Pochettino. That's what they've got, man.
Listen, that's their song. That's not
His magic,
I wanted actual analysis of what we thought of his team. We're just singing at him.
Right. Do you want me to give you the real? Yes. Right,
I need real, because I've got my opinion on Chelsea, but
let's talk real. Yeah. So on the manager, I think Pochettino has done a horrendous job as Chelsea manager this season. I think managers should be in the team to enable what a player can produce on a football pitch, right? Even if that player isn't up to the top standard, right? Pochettino, I think, has done the opposite. I think he's put players in positions where they're the least influential to their team. Cole at left back, Chua at left wing, Disasi at right back, Enzo in the 10. Like, he's done a lot of questionable things this season that has got to a point now where, even though I feel like Chelsea need to get out of the habit of hiring and firing managers, especially with a young team that need to be molded, that need to have continuation, right? He has done enough right now where if Chelsea were to sack Pochettino, they would be justified in their sacking. So I don't think he's doing a good enough job at Chelsea. And I say that knowing that he's had a lot of injuries. Yes, I get that. But Chelsea have a talented team. Chelsea have a team of players that should be performing better than they have done. Chelsea have a team of players that should be able to actually win more matches of football, and they haven't done. And I feel like he needs to take big responsibility in that. However, I don't think it is all down to Pochettino, because, again, using today's game as an example, the amount of individual errors and shocking performances I see from Chelsea week in, week out is scary, because most games I'm watching, you're competitive. In that first half today, I was thinking, how would Chelsea not win in this game? Second half, it just turns to mush. It just doesn't make sense with Chelsea. And then if you look at the goals you conceded, the second goal, catalogue of errors, and then leading up to Badiashile, who's actually been one of your best centre-backs since he's joined. I think he's a good player, but mistake against Newcastle, mistake against Newcastle twice in the league and in the cup, and then today against Wolves, right? It just doesn't compute. And then even up top as well, Raheem Sterling, who's been one of your best players this season. Again, the one-on-one, you got two players to your right and you don't score or you don't pass, you don't take it around a goalkeeper, another big chance wasted. Chelsea, top of the league this season with big chances missed. It's no coincidence that you're in the position you are now, because you don't have players who can kill off matches, right? Put the games to bed. You don't have killers in this team. And so the manager's not performing. The players in the team that are meant to be responsible, that are meant to carry the most responsibility, are not performing. And then your transfer strategy, it's a complete mess. Your fans spoke about, oh my God, Lukaku, he's the worst thing ever. How many goals has Lukaku got this season, please? How many goals is he
shelling it, man? He's shelling it. I'll find it for you now.
So I get what Lukaku did for Chelsea. I'm not saying that Lukaku's the hill you have to die on. The point I'm making is this, right?
Yeah.
Lukaku wasn't performing, spoke out.
8 goals in the league, Toby. 8 goals in the league, 5 in the Europa League.
Yeah. Okay. So he's on 13 goals this season, right? So Lukaku was sent to Azkaban. I get it. I understand, because he disrespected the club, etc., etc. Calm.
But where are these places, by the way, that you keep saying that?
Azkaban, Harry Potter.
Have you not watched
Harry Potter? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you said something else then. Sorry.
So my thing is Lukaku. So, and I mentioned this to Matisse in the summer, because this is without even knowing anything about Jackson, right? I knew you signed Nkunku, but I was like, hang on a second, Chelsea, you signed this Datro Fofana kid in January last year. You've now loaned him out to Union Berlin. You signed Lukaku for 100 million, who is probably the best option in terms of goal scoring under a new manager, but you farmed him out. Broja, knee injury at the time. He's going to come back into the team. He's still young, and he's coming off the back of a crazy knee injury. He's not really going to score much. You've now signed a guy in Nicholas Jackson who basically scored a pittance worth of goals for most of the season at Villarreal and only came into life in the last 8 or 9 games of this season. So I have to ask, this strategy that Chelsea have with the windows, it is haphazard. It's all over the shop. Signing players just off talent, but not matching them with what the manager needs, with the other profiles you have in your team. It is a mess. You're just seeing a player, oh, if he's good, he's young, let's go sign him. Nicholas Jackson, 23 years old, never played in the Prem before, never scored more than 15 league goals, and now I'm meant to believe that this guy is just going to come to Chelsea and just lead the line for Chelsea. No, he's not. And I don't blame Nicholas Jackson. I saw him today. He was tragic. And I've seen I've seen so many stinky performances from Jackson. He's not good enough to be leading the line for Chelsea. Maybe he could be a number 2 striker, but he's not good enough to be leading the line for Chelsea. But hey ho, the powers that be at your club decided, no, let's make this guy our leading striker. What is going on? What is going on at your football club? It's a mess.
You know what is
a mess. And you sack Pochettino now, or whoever, the next manager you bring in, until you are able to bring in players that actually fit what the manager wants, and players with a bit more experience. I saw a crazy stat about like how many minutes your squad have played in their careers, and it's so low in comparison to some of the teams you're meant to be competing with.
Yeah.
What is going on at this football club? It's a mess. It's an absolute mess.
But you know what? You know what's even like? To be honest, I had to leave the room for a sec, so I don't know if you mentioned it, but there was a few times in that second half where Wolves were winning the ball back, and Chelsea's defense was just left alone. There was no one willing to come back to fight for the ball. No one willing to come. Yeah. And it happened like 3 times in a row. And I'm looking at that like, right. Not only are these men flopping, but they're entitled flops as well. A lot of those players on the pitch, because then how are you not working? The bare minimum is to work hard. You see what pisses me off in football when someone says, "Oh, Eddie's good, man. He works hard." I'm using a reference at Arsenal. Eddie's good. He comes on, he runs about, he works hard. And my point is always that it's the fucking bare minimum. Roy Keane famously said it about someone. He said that's his job. Not the De Gea one. He said it about something else, working hard, not wanting credit for working hard. But the reality is, it's instances like what I saw yesterday in the second half with Chelsea players that make people think or say working hard is a metric of praising a player. That's a given. But at Chelsea, it's not the first time it's happened at Chelsea. The thing is, when it happened before, you had players that were entitled, but a few of those players were legends. Now these players are nobodies, and they're doing that. I can't lie. If I was Pochettino, I'd probably flip the whole side about for the next match, because I don't think you expect much from the next match. And if I was a Chelsea fan, if I put in Arsenal shirt, I'm seeing players not putting in the effort with a manager that's pretty much just coming, and a manager that's proven somewhat in this league he's competent enough to get a team into Europe and become consistent. That if he flipped around this team now in the next match and played, you know, youngsters, people you don't know about, none of the big signings, and you lost the game, I think Pochettino still comes out of it looking better, because he's kind of, someone needs to make their mark with these players as well. Like the players can't be throwing games in the sense that that's what they did yesterday, because Wolves should have gone 2-0 up before they scored the second goal. It was just they was poor as well.
This is the thing with Poch, right? And Tobes, you're spot on, I think, with everything you said. With Poch, and you can actually testify for this because you've got experience with him as your gaffer. I don't know if it's the same. But what you've just asked for, Turkish, Poch won't do because he's not that guy. With us, he's not that guy. In fact, he's one of the things that he's not doing is actually not being bold enough. And he's regressed, I feel like, compared to the start of the season where he was talking the talk. And he was, you know, we were all hearing a really good game about it's all about winning. It's about now. We're not going to think about time. We're not going to, it's Chelsea. There is no time. Like, we've got to do this now. There's a standard. We heard everything we wanted to hear after what we got with Graham Potter, who was just accepting everything. And we were under an assumption that maybe Pochettino, I didn't know he had it in him, but maybe he is going to, you know, really get everything by the scruff of the neck and he's going to, you know, shake some feathers. As time's gone on, he's just looked like just another one of those guys, much like how Potter was last. Much like Potter was. It seems like Poch is just now accepting and just going along with it. And when the time comes where he gets sacked, he'll get sacked and he'll take his pay and he'll go. And then we'll probably look for the next. With the Chelsea fans, I don't know if Matisse has actually said this, but there's a big thing about these gaffers being like yes men. And Poch has now fallen into that category where he's not bold enough. But we have to look towards recruitment and we look upstairs because it doesn't look like they're interested in getting someone that's going to hold authority. If not, that's going to go against what they want. It seems like they're more down the route of they want someone that's going to tell them what they want to hear or just do as they're told, and that's basically it. And hence why the transfer strategy, Tobes, you were right in saying that the manager needs to get what he wants. And I've always struck with that. And I understand clubs have an input and want to get certain targets, and there has to be a little bit of a compromise. But this is the case where you've got the recruitment team who are mid. If I'm being honest, we've got a recruitment team that have been assembled from teams like Brighton, Southampton. We had someone from RB Leipzig. He came in, saw what was going on and left. So that was that. But we've got that. The owners are heavily involved, and Poch just has a say. So what's he doing? Why is he here then? But he knew what he was coming into, and he's accepted it. So it's not like before. You know what? With Roman, or back in the past, we would get into this situation. All right, it's not working. The manager's lost the dressing room or something's happened. He's getting sacked. Cool. We're going to go and get the next guy, and we know that he's going to be someone decent or someone of a certain level. Now it's a case of, even if we got rid of Poch, who are we going to get next? Thomas Frank or, you know?
I'll be real. I don't think you should get rid of him, personally. I think Chelsea, you need to take your punishment, right? You need to take your punishment, and you need to actually start bringing in players that are going to do. You need to bring in players that fit what he wants your football team to be.
We're not going to do that.
There needs to be alignment. There needs to be.
We're not going to do that. And you know what's crazy? We're linked with tons of. I'm sure you guys have seen. Yeah, we're linked with basically every kid known to every man, woman, and child.
Find these kids.
It's ridiculous.
What are you doing though? You know what you're doing though. But you know what they're doing though. They're trying to profit off it. So later on, when they do good,
that's it.
They can profit. It's a little money scheme, man.
This is purely money. It's financial.
Let me give you an example. Datro Fofana, they signed him for how much? 15, 16 million. I can't even remember how much he signed him for. Last January this year, right? I'm not keeping track on what he's doing at Union Berlin, but I'm not hearing his name. So he must not be doing that well at Union Berlin.
No, he's been sent back. They've already stated they're sending him back.
What profit?
But they're poor anyway.
What's the point?
Yeah.
What is the point? And you look at the money they spend across these kids. They spent 20, what was it, like 30 million on Nicholas Jackson.
Yeah,
16, 17 million on Fofana, right? That's 40 something million. If you added another 30 mil on top, you go and get yourself a good striker. I get it. The market is effed for strikers, but you go get yourself a good striker who can at least get you 1 and 2 with some of the technical quality that you want. You don't have that now. Do you get what I'm saying? You don't have that now.
You're right. What's mad is this policy is a case of, and this is why they've done it. We were asking at the very beginning, and it was deemed as a loophole. We're signing players on 8-year deals, 9-year deals, 7 years, but that is what's going to hold their value, even at times at the moment where the performances are looking a little shady. But because the contract is so long, whoever wants to come in is going to have to buy out a contract that long. So that's regardless. And it's bonkers because it's tied them down. I think in their heads, when you do that to a young player as well, and we've got a bunch of young players, you've seen the average age squad, the average age of the squad. You put these young players on massive contracts, in the back of their heads, they've made it. You know, there's no pressure when you think about it. They're not having to push for, like, they've got 2 or 3 years left. Oh my God, I don't know what's going to happen afterwards. Like, they're sorted. So it's wrong on top of wrong on top of wrong. It's bonkers.
1 billion.
That for me, Sterling needs to be dropped for that. I know Toby mentioned it, but Sterling not passing there, that is criminal, man. You got 1-0 up, and it's a different story.
He was the best attacker today, SAEED. How can he drop him? He was their best attacker today.
This is the thing, and you know what? He's a
senior
player.
This is the thing. When you're talking about arrogance, when you're talking about self-entitlement, when you talk about things that, you know, role models for the younger clubs that we're talking about. They've got such a young squad. They're looking for leaders, people that have done it in the game. But Sterling should be that guy, but he's not that guy. Again, why has Pep let him go? Again, one of those ones, was Pep ahead of the curb? That is atrocious. That's not the first time Sterling's done that this season. Chelsea fans will tell you he's done it long. They're playing for themselves. It's almost like they're playing for themselves. There is absolutely nothing in terms of teamwork or coming together. And that comes from the top. I think Pochettino has realized the reason why Pochettino's tune has changed. He's realized, oh shit, this is a whole heap of shit around there.
Nuts.
The owners are not giving him what he wants, not in terms of spending, but they're saying, no, we're going to do it our way. The reliable David Ornstein reported that he's not going to even have much of a say in the strategy going forward. No. What are you doing at that club, Poch? What are you doing?
Gone there. I know he went.
He knew what he was getting himself into. This is the problem. He knew.
Just like Chelsea are the English versions of PSG. Rotten to the core. Rotten. That's what they are.
But you know what? On top of that,
no, but that's disingenuous. PSG have actually got quality.
They got Mbappe. Quality, man. They got Mbappe, my brother.
It's clear what
they got better quality than these lot, man. I'm sorry. They got better quality than these lot.
I don't think he's saying apples for apples, bro. He's saying
you're talking about the actual
it's a team that are spending money, but there's
no, I get you.
There's the thing with the way that this has gone down. When you're looking at the spending that's happened, we've got policies now in place, which is crazy. And I don't know if you know, but apparently, we've had the whole under 25 policy, so we can't buy anyone over the age of 25.
Crazy.
We've got a salary cap of 150k for any player that comes in. I understand if you're going to balance the books, but if you're going to bring in top players, you have to pay top dollar. It's as simple as that. And you're not getting
Osimhen.
Exactly, and this is also the thing. We spent $1 billion or just over $1 billion in 3 windows. I saw a thing. There was a really good video that was done analyzing Chelsea's mess, and it was a neutral perspective. But it was talking about with the money that was spent, we could have gone out and got 5 or 6 world-class players at top level, even with high money, high salary, and we'd still have about 400 million to spare.
Agree.
It's incredible. And we've gone and got all this without any experience in the team, no leaders. We've got Thiago Silva who's hitting 40. He can only do what he's done. He's had a career, and he's still, to be honest, at his age, he's still hitting certain levels. Fair play to him. Sterling's meant to be a senior. He's now suspended for the next game. Great, by the way, because he keeps diving.
Palmer suspended as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Palmer suspended. And this is the thing. We're picking up yellows for fun. Manager's lost his mind as well. The whole thing is a shambles. There's no example. In the team, between the players, there's no example. There's no leader. Within the club, there's no direction. The owners don't know what they're doing. The recruitment, as I've said, are of a certain standard, which are not going to get you what you need in order to compete at the top. This isn't like before. Now it's a case every level is messed up.
Which mess would you rather be in, guys? You know, Eunice, which mess would you rather be in? United's mess or Chelsea's mess?
This question, I love this question. This is
Chelsea, I think I'd rather be in Chelsea's.
Yeah, I was going to say, man, it's still, at least you've got hope. You at least it's still fresh. You're only 1 year or 2 years into it. But when it gets 3, 4, 5, 6, 20 years of what we've had, that's when it's going to be a madness. But now, it just shows you how stressed these are after 1, 2 years of bad ownership.
It's like asking someone diarrhea or constipation. Which one do you want?
You know, Eunice as well. One thing I've noticed, because I've watched quite a lot of games this season. One thing I've noticed is
looking back with a joke, I allowed it.
You guys can be. No, it's the truth. You guys can be relatively competitive in some of these matches, right? But one momentary lapse, and it feels like that's game over for Chelsea. It's like when a team goes ahead against Chelsea, there's no belief that they're going to come out of this game, whether it's the players on the pitch rising it to try and pull them back in the game, or Pochettino making the changes. His in-game management has always been poor, even when he was flying at Spurs. At Chelsea, it's poor as well. So it's like, I see like bits to be like, you know what, Chelsea, they've not really been that bad here, but they just need that one chance that they create. And then all of a sudden, they lose 2-0, they lose 2-1, they lose 3-0 or 4-1. It's just, I don't get it. How does it go from you're in the game to 2-1? And in the second half as well, the second half was mental. It's like, it was like 20 minutes of just chaotic football from Chelsea. Just turnovers, losing the ball. Wolves were open. Wolves were so open. Even though they scored the 2 goals, they were so open. And I'm like, how are you not capitalizing on this with all the players you have at your disposal? It's pathetic, bro. It's actually pathetic.
No, it's outrageous because we go into these games, and there's some that make the excuse, like, we've created some chances, we should be doing better if this happened or if that happened, but at the end of the day, it's like taking that stat of Chelsea have missed the most big chances, right? 36. Liverpool are in third with 34. Aston Villa are in fourth with 33. But they're both hanging at the top of the table. Why is that? Because they've actually generated a lot more chances that they've actually buried and put away. We've just generated the number you see on the screen, and we've missed all of them. So even in terms of the output, we're still not anywhere near what the other teams are doing, and we're not doing enough. So when you're looking at, we had certain portions of the game, which we've had tons of portions in games. So have Burnley, so have Sheffield United, so have, we're not able to stay consistent. We lose our heads quick. We're very brittle at the moment as well. Wolves, the moment that they scored the first goal, you're right. Not even that. Sorry, the Sterling chance when Sterling didn't square it, which isn't. I said it on my video and earlier on. For me, that was an international war crime. You got 2 players there and you're not squaring it because you want to be the hero and you can't even bury it is criminal. But the moment that happened, that was the shift. Wolves all of a sudden are looking at that going, bloody hell, they're not scoring. If they're not burying that, they ain't scoring today. Come on, lads, we got this. And Chelsea are looking, oh my God, we've just missed that. Oh, here we go again. And then they crumble. But this is where you turn to lack of experience, lack of leaders. We ain't got any of that on the pitch. If we had some of that in a situation like that, they would be able to take the team and go, rejuvenize, reshape. We go again, no problem. And they keep us on track. We ain't got any of those players. So it's completely expected now to just see us crumble at the first sign of pressure. And that's just going to be the case going forward.
Let me move on to Super Chats now, because we have gone over time, 2 hours, 18 minutes. It was just refreshing to get Eunice's point of view, considering, Matisse's, we speak to him every week and he's tired of it. But yeah, some super chats on the subject. First one here from Ibby saying, did you see those 10 different occasions in the second? Oh, where Wolves countered and no Chelsea players were running back to help the defense. Mad. Mad, Ibby. Mad. BH1 says Chelsea will finish 2023 with less wins in the league than months of the year. Matisse, we saw your Turkish slander on FCM chat yesterday. Speak soon. I did see that as well. Big up, firstly, big up FCM football culture movement. Big up Maze, Cams, Fuad. I was on there yesterday, so you can go check that out. But Matisse, I saw you in the chat as well, so we will talk. Chris says, big up the big six, Turkish, Hughie and GRIZZ vying for the crown. TOBS has the element of surprise with Ange. And SAEED, Matisse, Eunice being the jokes. A festive Christmas cracker of a show. Love all. Come on, Chris. Love for the super chat. I hope you enjoy. Mike says that cowboy owner unrooted the entire culture. They play like a group of people that probably don't spend any time together outside of the pitch. Well, yeah, I'd assume so.
Yeah.
Chiba says ownership thought they could outsmart the market signing kids. Result is the worst Premier League side in 2023. Bunch of smug clowns trying to reinvent the wheel.
Spot on.
And S says, are we really surprised Smelcy are mudded when owners and directors literally scout Twitter and to this day have like for Mudrick retweet Trossard on their account? That is crazy.
That
is
is
Whoa.
Yeah, you didn't know.
Yeah, man. Go on, fill me in, please.
Like for Mudrick, retweet for Trossard.
And he liked the tweet for Mudrick.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And you know what? That's another point. Because there's a big consensus on, this is Todd Bowley's Chelsea. It's not. He has 10%. He's the face that they put out to represent the consortium.
Bally. He's saying it's like Bally.
Right? It's Clear Lake that runs 60%. It's Igbali and Feliciano. They're the real guys that are running this. And they're running it with Todd Bowley. We've got someone else who's like, I don't know, 88 years old or something, who's got 5%. And it's the share is for his grandkids. It's not even for him. So there's that. But Todd Bowley's the face of the consortium. That's all it is. So it's Todd and Clear Lake.
Listen to this, Chelsea fans. Someone who knows what he's talking about. I've been saying it for ages. Clear Lake run the operation. This is madness. What's going on, Chelsea? People don't even know what's happening at Chelsea. It's a madness. They are absolutely.
Don't worry, man. They got a January transfer window, man. Don't worry, man. They got January transfer window out.
There's going to be many more investigations yet. Watch. There's deep-rooted issues at Chelsea Football Club. Deep-rooted issues.
We will be there.
We will be there.
Always.
There's more kids. There's more kids that they got. Who's that? There's another one, Kendrick Pyers or whatever. It's some Colombian.
Yeah. He's a bad boy. But why is he chosen? Poor kid.
Probably is. But why is he there? Why is he going there?
I know.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
Omar says, bring me Osimhen now and pay that 130 M's. And
Bro,
he also
if Osimhen chooses Chelsea, man, ban him as well. He's an idiot.
And he also adds Jackson and Broja. These shits can't be developed at all. Eunice Gunny said it. Can you teach instincts? No. You can brush up on them, but you can't teach them, I guess. You need to have that kind of in you.
You either have it or you don't.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And last one on Chelsea. AJ says, Eunice, do you think Poch is a yes man? And he also asked, it seems like he has little or no input in transfer dealings. What players would you like in January? So is Poch a yes man, and what players would you like?
100% now, yeah, for sure. It's shown that he is. And he's dealing, he's just taking on whatever's given to him, and he's happy to be there, I think. With players, look, we actually need a spine. Like we don't have a spine. We need a spine, a proper one, some proper experience or pedigree to come in. It's to pick out players off the cuff is difficult. We when you're looking at the centre backs, you'd think we don't need any, but we haven't got a centre back there that's actually proper quality that you can rely on week in, week out. Same goes for the midfield. Gallagher's our best midfield at the moment. That goes to show you exactly where we are. And the striker, that speaks for itself as well. Osimhen, we'd love. Tony, I think, will go to Arsenal, so we shouldn't even entertain that. But Osimhen, I would love to have at the club. But we need a new spine, a whole new spine that we can base some of these young players around. That way they can learn and develop and get better. But they're not going to learn from anybody like this. So
That's the last one on Chelsea, but I've got 3 more here to get through. Daniel says, big up, lads. Son, Sar, and Basuma goal. Van der Ven, Madders, hopefully back for Burnley, and Bentancur late Jan. When are us Spurs fans going to see our first team next year? Big up, Daniel. Hope you're good, my brother. Samir asks Hugh a question. He's not here anymore. He had family to catch up with, so the show wasn't meant to run this long, but you know, he said he's got to bounce. So he bounced. He's going to enjoy the rest of his Christmas Eve and hopefully his Christmas. But you also add, Samir, Merry Christmas and big up to all of you guys and stay safe. Likewise, love for the super chat, my brother. And last one, Josuk says, congrats on 50K. Merry Christmas, happy holidays to the panel, and love for the love. Come on, my guy. Big up to you. Big up to everyone that's played their part today. The panel, Eunice stepping in for Matisse. The community hitting the like button. We've passed 2,000 likes. Let's get up to 3,000. Why not? And the community again, 50K on YouTube. We've hit it going into the new year, and the next target is 100K. Big up. Go show Eunice's channel some love. Eunice Talks Football. His next target is 200K. A lot of good content coming out there all the time, so make sure you show him some love. Won't be the last time you see him here either. So big up Eunice, SAEED, GRIZZ, TOBS, as always. Hugh, Matisse, Skull, Thuggery, the whole team. Merry Christmas. If you celebrate people, enjoy.
Oh, yeah,
Happy holidays. If you don't, SAEED.
Chelsea predictions.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man, why Saeed? Why?
Imagine.
What are you doing?
No, because Lorenzo said it. So shout out to Lorenzo. He reminded him.
Big up Lorenzo. I'd have to do that. All right, Tobes, let's run this through quickly.
Who did Chelsea have, sorry?
Palace at home.
Palace at home. Palace at the
No
bridge.
Sterling, no Palmer. No Sterling, no Palmer. Who else is there? No, there's a couple.
No Sterling, no Palmer, no Enzo. I'm going to go for a stinky draw. I'm going to go for a 0-0 or something. Oh.
0-0?
Yeah.
0-0. I'm going 1-1. SAEED?
I'm going to go 2-1 Chelsea to edge it.
2-1. Matisse also went 2-1, Eunice.
He went 2-1 Chelsea.
Yeah.
Okay.
He wants more pain, man. We'll let him. We'll deal with him soon. Don't worry.
Okay.
I'll be honest. After today, I don't think it's going to help. I'm going to go 2-1 Palace.
Wow.
2-1 Palace.
That's honest.
That probably would be Pochettino out. I can't lie. I don't see him getting past another one, but who knows? 2-1 Hugh is not here anymore. So yeah. GRIZZ.
What did he say? What did Huey say? Because obviously he can't.
He would have copied anyway. Told me.
Oh, he said 2-2. Huey said 2-2.
Oh, did he say 2-2? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
2-2. Go on, GRIZZ.
1-0 Chelsea.
1-0. So round that up. I've gone 1-1. Hugh's gone 2-2. SAEED's gone 2-1. Win for Chelsea along with Matisse. GRIZZ has gone 1-0. Tobes has gone 0-0, and Eunice has gone for a 2-1 Palace. Listen, I'm not going to say what I said before. Big up Eunice. Eunice Talks Football. That's his channel. Big up everyone that's subscribed right here. Big up everyone that's hit the like button. And last but not least, there's a link in the live chat. 12 p.m. tomorrow, Premier Football Challenges. Who's the techiest of the big six? Find out tomorrow, people. We will be in the chat. Make sure you're there too. Love for the love. We're at peace.